Welcome to the PP Show, where the D-Gens come to have discussions. Here at the PP Show, everyone has a voice, no matter how long you've traded in the markets. We love all opinions at the PP Show, and we hope you do too. Always remember this show is mainly comprised of opinion, speculation, and entertainment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, you dildo enthusiasts. God bless Teddy and G-Merica. One last thing, always remember, talk is cheap. It takes money to buy whiskey.
Fellas, how the fuck you doing tonight, man? It's great to see you guys. Thank you for joining me on the PPShow tonight, where we love to get together and talk about our favorite stock, Bed Bath & Beyond, man. So right on. It's great to see you guys, man. Some things have happened to our subreddit. Unfortunately, it's out of our control. It looks like they've taken down the PP subreddit, man. Holy shit. You know, when listening back to Ryan Cohen saying this is the greatest time to be alive, I believe it, man. You know, again, our subreddit has always been a place to get together, talk about the stock, discuss things pertaining to all things relating to the stock. And I'm surprised, man, shocked nonetheless that they've been able to take it down. But you know, it's time to rebuild, fellas, by brick, man. And you guys know what that means. And again, you know, the Twitter community that we put together, already over 4.3K PPs. So we're slowly making a comeback, man. You might have won the battle, but you damn right have not won the goddamn war, man. So keep that in mind. It's great to see you guys tonight. Someone said lagging. Is there? Hold on 1 second. Let me see. On my end, it's okay. Maybe people are getting some lag, maybe with their connection. So right on. All right, so welcome to the show, man. Let's get into legality. We have a couple guests backstage here. We're going to go ahead and bring in. Right on. Tonight, we also have Bill Pulte with us, man. So it's going to be great to have him on the show again and to catch up with Bill as well tonight. So let's get into legality. Keep in mind, man, I am not a financial expert, nor am I a financial. So please seek the avenues to do so, man. You're not going to find it here. A lot of this is opinion, a lot of this is speculation, and a whole bunch of it, man, is entertainment. All right. We like getting together. We like talking about the stock, and that's really all there is to it, man. All right. It's no different than getting a beer with Bill in a goddamn bar in New York City, talking up his goddamn ear about something you love. That's typically what we do here at the PP Show. So right on. Welcome to the show tonight. Keep in mind, any guests who come on the show, man, nobody here is a perfect. So if you hear any opinions, you hear any TA, or you hear any speculation, keep in mind, man, nobody here is a professional. We like getting together and we like talking about the stock, and that's really all there is to it, man. So right on. Hopefully any of the lag should have already fixed itself out. Again, if you're getting lag on the video, just reload the video. Right on. All right, let's get into the show, fellas. Let's not waste any more time tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in these guests backstage here. Please give a warm welcome to Michael. Michael, great to see you tonight, man. How the fuck you doing?
Doing amazing. How are you doing?
Good, man. Great. I actually caught the stream last night. Fantastic stuff. A lot of great information. So right on, man. It's good to see you tonight.
Thank you. History is in the making.
Yeah.
It's the greatest time to be alive is now.
It must be, man. Yeah. Now we got the perfect intro, man, to the movie of Hung Money, man. It should start with PP subreddit getting banned, man. It'd be an excellent start to the movie, man. Right on. Let's go ahead and welcome. Yeah, right on. Let's go ahead and welcome Travis and also Sloppy back here, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring in Bill tonight. Chat, give welcome to Travis the Stripper. All right, what's going on? We got Travis with us in the house tonight. How you doing tonight, man?
Do you really want to know?
Well, we're gonna have a good night regardless.
Exactly. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to help, pull me out.
Good.
I've actually, for the first time in months, I've been on the brink of a depression episode, and it got me pretty good earlier, right around lunchtime today. I've been trying to pull through. I try to take a nap and get some rest and let my brain kind of figure out its whole chemistry and all the chemicals in it. I've been struggling today. A lot of it might have had to do with the subreddit being banned and the thousands of hours I put into it along with you, and
Of
I I,
course,
I
yeah,
think
it
I think
sucks.
it just hit me, and yeah, I've had a rough day, but I'm pulling through. I'm here for both laughs and distractions, so
Mhm.
let's have a fun night and
Right.
let's see where this goes.
Beautifully said, man. Let's go ahead and bring in Pulte in here, man, tonight. So, Chad, give a warm welcome to Pulte. Chat, welcome, Pulte. Oh shit, we're having some trouble getting him in here. Hold on one second.
Is he frozen?
Can
Hold
you hear
on.
me?
No, he's is he in
Yes.
here now?
Yeah, I
You
hear you.
broke the internet.
Shit.
What's up,
Bill
boys?
or Pulte, how you doing tonight, man? Great to see you.
How we doing, guys? Good to see you. Thanks for having me. Who the hell was that guy at the end of the video?
Who?
I don't know, Clark Griswold or something?
Oh, in the video that I made with you.
I don't know, but it was cool.
Yeah,
either way.
yeah.
I'm not complaining. Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. That I actually took that. I think from an interview that you did with him. So yeah.
Oh, I don't think you did because this guy was in a robe outside in the cold.
Who? Which one?
Anyway,
Maybe we're talking about the wrong guy. How you doing tonight, Bill? It's good to see you.
I'm doing good. I wanted to come on and what a crazy day for this community. But I'd say this. I'd say you will look back at this as painful as this is, which I do think it is painful, and I think it's a serious problem, and we can talk
Sure.
about it. But I think you'll look back at this and think this was one of the best things that ever happened to you, because I think you'll get the Reddit back, number one. But number two is I think you'll be stronger for it, and I can't wait till you're at 100,000 people. You know, you guys have been the strongest, most fastest growing group on the internet as far as I'm concerned. And they wanted to take you down, and temporarily they had some luck. But you know the old saying, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And they should have been careful what they wish for.
No, I agree 100%, man. You know, like, the thing that I woke up to was just the shock of the subreddit being removed. And I'm not really upset about the subreddit being removed. I'm more pissed about all the DD that's now lost. You know, there's a lot of DD last year, and it really solidifies our thesis behind Bed Bath & Beyond and Ryan Cohen perhaps being involved. So it is a hit to a lot of the DD writers out there. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I reached out, tried to appeal it, and before the show started, they told us that the subreddit is gone for good. So unfortunately, we will not be getting it back.
Well, we'll see. You know, things change, and nobody thought Elon would buy Twitter, and you never know. You never know. I mean, I don't even understand really what you did. Was it brigading that they're alleging or some bullshit?
So, Travis, why don't you explain? You can explain a little bit better.
So a post was made regarding an individual who happens to be a mod of another community. They personally said that they did not report it, but somebody reported it as harassment. Now we have the same thing regarding posts of you, Jake2B, Salvatore, a lot of people in this community. This was no different. And so we tried to get Reddit to explain to us what the difference is on, hey, nobody was harassing. They made a statement on, and it was an observational post about, hey, I noticed this person is doing this, and that was basically it. Now, I didn't read the comments of the post at all. And so if there was something in the comments that I missed that was harassment, that's on me.
Either way, it's just complete horseshit.
It is.
Well, it was weird.
Horseshit. I mean, how can you take away somebody's livelihood and dreams? And I'd say everybody should go donate. In fact, what was I going to do? I was going to say this. I will match any up to $1,000 right now. I'll match anybody who wants to donate to advertise your community on Twitter. I think that's what we should do. I think we should say, fuck this. And when I say we, obviously it's your decision and it's you, but I think you should say, fuck this, and go and dump, several hundred, if not thousands of dollars. You should test a bunch of ads and see what works. And we should just drive people to this community. I think, and there may be a couple big Twitter accounts who can help you, boost your numbers too, which I'll help with. But, it's like, it's just, they should have been careful what they wish for, because now they've got you pissed off, they've got me pissed off, and I think they've got thousands of other people in here pissed off. I hope everybody's pissed off.
Yeah, well, they pushed us to Twitter though. Like already the influx this morning was huge. Like I was in the spaces and we just had a ton of people that were getting on ramp to, I think, a better platform anyway. So,
and no, I agree. Like, I had about 1,400, 1,500 followers. I gained 300 today after the subreddit was banned. And here's the other thing is I reached out to Reddit, and I had comment after comment after comment in our little private message about where did we go wrong? What can we do to make sure this doesn't happen? All these things, nothing.
Yeah, but you have good intent.
Yeah, that's just
you have good intent, Travis. People don't have good intent.
Well,
yeah,
and maybe
that's how it is.
I've been taking advantage of that for a lot in the past and in my history and in my life, and this feels like another one of those times where I'm finally getting to a point where I find a purpose and I'm succeeding, and it's ripped away from me for doing the right thing. I think that's.
But Travis, you're going to be bigger, better, and stronger than ever after all this.
I like to think so. I think this one just hit.
I'm actually not worried about you. You know who I'm worried about, Travis? I'm worried about PP, because I think this hasn't hit him yet.
What, the subreddit going down? The way I view it, Bill, I view it that we had a small house, we demolished it, and now we're about to build a fucking mansion. That's the way I fucking see it, man. I don't stop at, look, if they want to silence us in one area, we're going to build 10 other fucking areas where we can talk even more shit. Silence communities never works, man. And to be honest, there's a lot of people out there who probably were even on the side, on the fence about the PP show, and now they're jumping in full on, convinced at this point that this is not right. And again, the timing of everything is really weird. Like November 2nd, they write us a mod mail saying you guys are doing great, you're removing any content that's against the rules, yada yada. Jump 2 weeks later, all of a sudden we're fucking banned, or we're getting warned and this and that. So that's the way I view it, Bill. Just because
I think you're getting banned though, I'm just worried about you emotionally in the next couple of days, but you'll be fine and you'll rebound like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But just take a few hits of that vape pen. God knows what's in there. By the way, I think I saw you on the plane taking a few hits. When you were on the plane with me, I think I saw you taking a couple hits.
Bullshit. You're fucking with people. No way I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
I mean, is it allowed or what?
No,
I don't know. I think it was you who was doing that. I think I was on a plane with somebody and they were doing it. And
no,
what was the flavor that you smelled? If it was orange, it was probably PP.
We had an emergency.
Yeah, if it was orange, it was definitely me.
No, he didn't take a single hit on the plane that I recall.
Well, maybe
he kept asking you questions, and Bill, you just kept kind of avoiding them like you do on any of the questions. You're like, well, I can't really talk about it. Like
I didn't avoid shit.
Maybe if when we,
I just was busy telling the pilot to get the fucking thing on the ground because that was freaky.
That's definitely scary. But if we need to test out the old vape on a plane, we can do it again when we see you in December. So right on.
Sure. I told Travis he's more than welcome to get on the plane again.
Hell yeah. That was a good time.
Fly at your own risk, I guess. I guess it's risky.
Real quick,
I was going to tell you something though. I forget what I was going to say, but anyway, go ahead.
I would just I view it as like, they demolish one sector of freedom of speech. And now, the way I've always gone about life, Bill, is that I've always been fully convinced that things happen for a reason. And I think more people out there need to understand this because that's how I've always lived my life. If one door gets shut, well, 5 other doors just opened up. So in my honest opinion, what I believe is that just because they shut down our subreddit doesn't mean they're going to shut down Our Twitter community has already grown to 4.3K in less than 24 hours. And we're looking at, if people don't want to use Twitter, we're looking at a possibly Lemmy, which is decentralized, where you quite literally cannot be taken off or taken down that way as well. So we will have some other avenues to discuss. The show, of course, will always continue. There's nothing here, nothing wrong in terms of the show. We don't break any rules here. So I'm not worried about the show, but Reddit.
Break any rules. Now you write the rules, buddy boy.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is now, So
I said that. Be careful what they wish for, because now they've unleashed the PP.
Yeah, you're damn right they have. Bill, I don't know how long you're going to be sitting in with us tonight, but I did have. Okay, I did have a question for you. So a lot of people are hyped over December 14th, man. In your own thoughts, I think on Twitter you said December 14th. Insane thoughts for some of the people at home that are coming out to that event. What are your comments on it? I mean, what's going to make it insane?
We'll see. We're working on some things, but I say this: everybody should assume low expectations. Everybody should assume nothing's going to happen. I've been very clear about that. Not financial advice, the whole 9 yards. But we're working on some things. Who knows if it will hit? But if it hits, that's good, and we'll see. But everybody should just expect that it's just going to be get together, and you can. I don't know why anyone would want to meet me, but they can meet PP, and PP will be there, and he will be in a big outfit.
What do you mean? Of course, people want to fucking meet you, man.
Hold on, is there something I don't know about? What kind of outfit we talking about?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So I don't even think PP knows what outfit he's going to be in.
Yeah,
but we're working on a couple of things, and we're working on something that involves the FAA. So stay tuned.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Again, assume it's just going to be a small get together with nothing happening, and we'll either make that happen at some point or we'll make that at a future event. So, but again, expectations are low, and then we need to open it up to more people. So we're working on a venue, but that's why we're also working with the FAA right now.
Right.
No.
So go ahead, Travis.
No, I was gonna say that's just the thing, Bill. Is like I always set my expectations extremely low, so I'm never disappointed.
Exactly. So just assume it's going to be a bunch of guys getting together, and I was thinking about it too. I was like, I was trying to make sure that the place, that people could BYOB, in case people want to BBOY there or BBBY their BYOB or something.
BBBY their BYOB. I like that.
Is there a chance we could do a day 2 as well? Maybe to expand it.
I like that. BBYOB. What's that, day 2?
Yeah, I mean, just as far as maybe it doesn't have to be quite as spectacular. Just there's some people just the being able to talk to other members of the community when you had the meetup in New York was really good, and I think a lot of people, even if they could just literally just meet up, would be really appreciative.
Yeah, that'd be badass. Yeah, I mean, we're working on some things, and we're trying to get some people there, and then as I mentioned, we're working on a couple things that involve the FAA, which would be kind of silly and interesting and fun and whatever, to try to keep it fun, but low expectations, and just getting together would be best. I mean, even at that bar in New York, that was pretty bad.
I had a blast.
I wish I could have made it.
I have questions.
Awesome.
I had too few Bud Lights, but that's all right.
I have.
Some guy bought me a cheeseburger, and then the GME meltdown guy said, "This fucking billionaire," which I'm not a billionaire. They said, "This fucking billionaire scamming this guy out of buying him a cheeseburger." It's like, can't a guy buy me a fucking cheeseburger if he wants to without these guys?
Amen, man. Yeah, they always have something to say. It's fucking assholes, man.
I have questions about the bulletproof vest, the Kevlar, which was a dope picture, by the way. But was this? I don't even know the question that I'm trying to ask. But I saw the pictures. I was like, all right, I understood that there were some threats that came in, and by all means, I wish for everybody.
Yeah, killpulte@gmail.com.
Yeah, I wish for everybody's safety, and no matter what. And we're not here to try to cause any trouble, but can you give us a premise for how that came about? I am curious.
Well, I had known that there were some death threats, but then the day of, they came in again, and it was just weird. The whole thing's just weird. I mean, it's just weird. You know, we're sitting here, we're just sitting around shooting the shit with my fucking Christmas tree in the background. And then you got these guys who I don't know why they hate me, but these fucking people, I mean, they hate you guys too.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think PP, you've shared with me that they've tried to come after you, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, man. I get threats all the time, but you know, to me, it's like, who gives a fuck? You know, people have opinions all day long. People threaten people all day long, but what the fuck are they gonna do?
Do you have death threats a lot?
They've calmed down since then, but yeah, I get them from time to time. People say that, you know, all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
It's because they want you to stop. It's like, you know, they want to scare you into stop doing what you love, and nothing's going to stop this train. You can take away our platforms, man. We will build bigger platforms. Look, you know, after this whole thing with Bed Bath & Beyond, you know, if a lot of people suddenly become made whole, including myself, my next plan is to take a large portion of that money, build myself a studio, and I'm building my own network, a network from scratch, one that I can control, one that allows all information
yeah, well,
to be
fuck
shared.
that. You're doing that today. You just got that promotion today.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but
you just got forced into that today. Fuck the future. Do it.
No,
now.
I
you're building your own network, and we're all gonna.
Yeah,
help
no,
you.
and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your support, and especially, you know, from time to time when you mentor me, and you know, I really appreciate it because you know, I do think that this community is something big, and I think that a lot of this people that make up this community are highly intelligent as well. So, yeah, right. Here with us, good to see you, Tim. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and read off some of these tips here, if you don't mind, Bill. A lot of people actually donated for your cause that you think's a good cause, man. So
what's that? The advertising?
Yes. So
yeah, let's fucking blow it up. Let's help you get your network tonight. Fuck the future. Let's do it now.
There you have it, fellas.
In my companies, I say there's two types of time: now and
right
later.
on. Yeah, always better to do shit now. So. 50 people, peepees assemble, show them we won't be silenced. SC with the $10 sticker, appreciate the love, man. Scott D with the 10, they hate us because they ain't us. Classford with the 20, did anyone else find it sus that PP sub was banned within an hour of the Binance hearing today? And the sub had famous varieties, the theory of everything, DD outlining their crimes with tokenized stocks. DJ with the 20, to everyone's absolute surprise, it turns out the crow was in fact the literal worst. With the and talk that shit, people. Could win by Eminem on repeat. Watt DC with the 2. PP, how do you feel about Lemmy for backing up DD? I think it's a great place to back up DD. Mo Money with the 2. On toilet seat, PP dildo by dildo well rebuild. Balls Seaman with the caw with the 2. Dildo enthusiast with the 7. They can take our subreddit, but they can't take our dildos. Right on. Thunder Screeper with the 2. Shitter's full. That was cousin Eddie. Spin with a 2. Good lord, they done fucked up now. Creeper with the 2. Sloppy hit me with the confetti. Get over Tism with the 10. 1.8k retail investors here right now. We ain't leaving. We're up to 2.1k right now. Right on. Dig Dug Doink with the 420. I found this.
Well, we're at 2,000 people watching.
Yeah, over 2,000 right now.
2,200.
That's amazing. Let me pump it on Twitter as we build you your network. Everybody builds you your network.
Dig Dug Doink with the 420.
Fuck that one day. Right now, you're building your network, PP. They just gave you the ticket of a lifetime right now by getting you out of Reddit. Now you have to get scrappy and build something big. Just the only thing that I think of, and hopefully everybody thinks, is don't forget about us when you're, bigger than all of us.
Oh, no, man. I'm not like that. No way, man. I remember every single person, man, no matter how big or small. Always remember where I came from, man. We also got Johnny Jakes with the $10. Mo Money with the 2. By extension, they pissed off RC. EB with the 10. Fuck Reddit. I am not a rich guy. My 10. Emotional damage with the 100. Let's go. SC with the 10. Miguel with the 12. Bed Bath Q hits 420.69 coming soon. Carrie Kings with the 5. Man, fuck Reddit. Got your back, PP. Bill, I love you. We also got JT with the 5. I'm feeling froggy. Let's jump. We have Flamenco with the 100. I deleted my Reddit account over this. Once a PP, always a PP. Hi, Bill. We also got Why So Serious with the 5. I do A/B testing, lead generation. Let me know. Happy to help build your ad campaign. Garbage. Carlo with the 10. Hi. Dig Dug Doink with the 10. PP Holiday Charity Show. Give back. We also got Flamenco, or I'm sorry, we got What Now with the 10. We also got Nathan with the 10. Carrie Kings with the 2. Crush Orca with the 500. Holy fuck.
Wow.
I'm pissed off. Reddit is not free speech. Anyways, the ad should say something like that halfway there, Bill. And we have a shitload of other
raised
tips.
what, $1,000
Yeah.
right there?
Wow. You know, I'm all for it, man. You know, we need a platform that's bigger than anything anyone's ever seen. Look, man, you know, I'm right here. I'm 100% committed, man, because I have always stressed, and I can't stress this enough. I've always said this. Without community, you have nothing. And it's not about me. It's not about Bill. It's not about Travis, Jake, anybody. It's about a community of people who believe in things that they fucking believe. There should be no problem in having a space to talk. You know, it's, you know, it is what it is. The subreddit's gone.
I agree. Without everybody, we're nothing. You know,
Yeah.
It's like Twitter philanthropy. It's like without everybody chipping in, it's like we're nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. Jake, if you want to join in here, I don't know if you've ever been on the screen here with Bill.
What's up, Jake?
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Right on.
Good. I see your tweets.
Oh, yeah? Cool, man. Well, I see yours
And
too.
I just want to say hi to my friend Chris M. He's watching right now.
Right on.
He's anyway, go ahead, Jake. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise, Bill. You too. Hi, everybody. Hey, Michael. Hey, Travis. Hey, PP. Hey, Bill. And hello to the
Good to
chat,
see you.
my favorite people in the world. I was gonna say I just got back from work not too long ago, and what a day, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Agreed.
fun.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, no, I don't want to, like, I just came on to, you know, say hi and show support and everything. I think the one thing I did want to say was just that, you know, it's I think it's a blessing and a curse, but more of a blessing. I think everybody should. I noticed a lot of the attitude was more kind of like a funeral or like a goodbye or like an oh my gosh. But I think this is amazing. Like at the end of the day, like I told PP this too, that you know, we're not tied to Reddit in any way, and neither is PP, and neither is anything. It's just about the community, and I think you and Bill said it so well that it's, you know, it's just all about the people. And you know, everyone will go wherever PP goes, and I think we're fine. Like I looked back and I saw that, like I thought you could use, you know, when people delete the posts, sometimes you can go to like these Reddit alternatives that still have them. So
Yeah.
I tried doing that to see if I could get some of the DD posts back, but they're gone. But whatever, you know, like I told you, all the DD now will just be live, and we'll just do it on the show. So it'll be.
They
fun.
also might be archived too, because someone pointed out that there's a lot of people out there who do archive a lot of the DD as well. So there is a possibility that you know, there could be a backup in a lot of that DD. But I mean, I think the DD is essentially done at this point, man. You know, I mean, we're sitting here for some kind of confirmation Cohen is you know, involved in the play to some degree, and that's always been the DD, man. You know, even possibly, you know, there's some speculation pertaining to IAP and Carl Icahn as well, but again, it's all speculation. So but yeah, man, you know, we you know, Bill, we had a smaller house, all we did was demolish it. We're gonna build a fucking mansion, man.
Yeah.
You got to rebuild.
No, and I kind of agree. I mean, like I have a lot of DD that's almost lost in essence, and it hurts. I mean, Jake, you and I have spent, you know, I've spent 1,000 hours plus on all the DD that I've done that may now be essentially lost, and it hurts in a way. I mean, not in a bad way, but in a way that's like, you know, I mean, I poured my heart and soul into this, and I believe in this play, and there's reasons for that, and that's because of all the DD that we have done, both independently and together, and it stings a little. No, I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, if I could put, I could take everything that I have, all my old posts, and post on the BBBY subreddit, but that one's not cool. So I mean, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I'm failing to see that so far, and it's hitting, for me. It's hitting close to home because I've spent so much time doing what we've done that it's tough. It's hard. It stings a little. At the same time, there are other social media platforms that, you know, I'm still prevalent in, and I want to raise awareness. It sucks that Reddit didn't comment back to us when we asked repetitively and repetitively, can they, and inquired, hey, can y'all, you know, elaborate on what you mean, and they failed to do so. Because I mean, PP will agree with me on this. We did everything we could to adhere to every rule that they passed down to us. I mean, we tried, and I even made a post about, hey, harassment will not be tolerated, period,
Yeah.
point blank. And
well, fuck
then-
them. There's nothing we can do about it anyway. So, you know, if we don't get the sub back, we don't get the sub back. We build a bigger fucking network. I got a question here for Bill. Mr. Pulte.
What's up, boys?
All right. I got a question for you. So about 6 months ago, I inquired on Twitter about a cigar picture involving you. You said, you know, and then we asked you about it on the show a few months later, and you said we'd maybe have an answer 6 months from then. Where are we at in terms of finding out about that goddamn cigar, Pulte?
It's not 6 months.
Yeah, it's not 6 months.
It's not 6 months,
Yeah,
and it's not time.
That was July,
Like 5
right?
months right now? I think they were at like
There's a lot.
5 months.
There's a lot going on right now.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that was mid-July, so that would be mid-January, if I'm not mistaken.
PP needs an advent calendar so he can like
He does.
check off the days, eat the chocolates while he's like waiting for the big reveal.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill?
Not time.
Not time. All
Not
right,
time.
right on.
When I have something, you'll be the first to know, and then probably Twitter will be the second.
Fuck yeah.
Or now the community will be the second.
Fuck yeah. All right, right on. What was I going to ask?
By the way, I met a ton of the people in the PP community at that bar in New York that we did like a, you know, like a pop-up bar night or whatever. And it's just like the most amazing community, like the nicest people.
Glad to hear it.
Most down to earth, you know, just not assholes, you know, and just really cool to see everybody. So I'm looking forward to December 14th. That's why I think, like, even though we're working on a couple of fun things, it would just be ridiculous. Just like the opportunity, like Michael said, to, you know, just get, and I was so pumped that Michael showed up at the bar, but it was like, just to get everybody in the same room is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you can make it, PP.
What, to my own show? Of course I'm going to be there, man.
Just fucking with you.
Kaz,
just keeping you on your game, you know.
Good. Yeah, of course. Kaz is giving us a call as well. I'm gonna ring him back real quick, and let's see what's on Kaz's mind tonight.
Here we go.
The wild card enters the room.
Now remember, he won't be able to hear you.
Creepy.
Kaz, how you doing, man? We got Bill on the show tonight, man. We're just sitting here shooting the shit. What would you like him to know, man? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm watching you. Hi, Travis. Hi, Jake, and hi, Michael. All right. So, I mean, you said fuck the Reddit, but listen, we can do a try. All right. So today, after you got banned, Bill texted the following. He tagged Reddit and said, DM me. So you have almost 23 people right now. 300 people.
Hold on, Kaz. I think you're breaking up a bit. Are you there?
Reddit. You tag Reddit and write reinstate the PP show now. All right? Or you're going to have bad marketing from us. So 2,300 people. If everybody writes that and they're going to feel heat and they're going to be scared and they're going to care about their image. And trust me, your subreddit is going to be reinstated within 24 to 48 hours.
I like Bill's idea of building our own fucking our own network.
But listen, whatever is taken by force, we get it back by force.
Right on.
All right. And Bill, we love you. And I just have a question. Am I invited for Florida or not?
Of course you are, man. But if you want Bill to answer that, go ahead, Pulte.
Of course, and tell him that that I want to try to talk to Reddit one-on-one before we blast people.
Yeah. So Bill says, of course you're invited, but he said he's gonna talk to Reddit before anyone should blast anybody. I think that's a great idea.
Good.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Right from Kai's, man. Kai's, anything else you want to add? Let's hear it.
No, Thank you so much. And guys, you're doing great. You're doing great. And I love this community. We are stronger every day and, stronger than the day before.
It's true.
And the good thing is some journalists that they've been attacking us, they are silent today. I don't know why. But,
ask Kai's
day
about
we
his
have
legal
some,
fight with
Virtue,
Virtue, publicly traded CEO, and his legal fight.
Yeah. So Bill wants to know what's
Big
going
journal.
on. What's going on with your legal fight with Virtue?
Okay, so Virtue, Doc Seifel, he kept threatening me. Not only him, I mean him and Charles Gasparino.
Yeah.
And they've been spreading false allegations. Saying that I was pumping stuff, and they even, I mean, like Gasparino yesterday in posting. He was even saying that Ryan Cohen and Carly Khan, both of them, they've been giving insider information to shareholders, which is stupid from a journalist, that he's not respecting the ethics of journalism. And beside that, it's a crime at itself. I mean, you're giving, two guys like that, they never came into, they never attacked you, and you're pushing like false allegations and false claims like that. So anyway, as far as Doc Seifel, the day I asked him for the information for his lawyer, he toned down, and it looks like the guy got scared. He's a millionaire.
Tell Kais that was a pretty big win.
Like other millionaires, but
Bill says that's a huge win, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's a loser, and the question is the following:
Kais Malej taking on public company CEOs. Kais Malej.
So the guy, he's the CEO of a second market maker in the U.S. The guy has nothing to do other than posting about BBBYQ.
Yeah, he's losing his mind.
And then waking up on a Sunday morning at 5 a.m. I don't think Bill, he wakes up at 5, probably 9, 8 sometimes. Waking up at 5 a.m., looking at what guys tweeted or posted about Bed Bath & Beyond, and he kept attacking the week. I mean, I was enjoying it
I've had my fair share of public company executives be freaks.
At the end, I mean, I said, you know what, this guy is a CEO of a market one of the biggest market makers in the world, and have nothing to do, other than posting or replying with comments to my tweets. I have better time than into that game. So my question to Bill, what do you think? Why this guy have nothing to do other than tweeting about Bed Bath & Beyond?
And I'll let you go, Kaz, so you can listen into
people are scared.
Yes.
The response.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. So what do you think about
people
Doug
are
Seifel?
scared? If people didn't want to shut you down, they wouldn't have shut you down. And I kind of like that they're scared of you. I mean, that's why I saw potential in this community. I mean, I don't know when I joined, but I think you had under 10,000 at the time.
July.
Didn't you?
We were under 2,000 people before you even showed up there.
Yeah, that was July. You came on late July for the first time. We came out there the very last weekend of September to meet you at your office. And the most interesting thing to me is, I mean, I can share my post right now. I have it up ready to go. I didn't want to do this, Bill, while you were on and go over DD because, I mean, you're a special guest, and unless you're okay with it.
You can go over all that. I don't care.
I mean, we tried. I did everything I could. PP, let's do this. I'm gonna share it right now. I mean, I did everything I could to reach out.
It's beautiful.
And Reddit didn't respond.
Later, let's pull it up from Travis. Are those little teddy bear ornaments in that tree, Bill?
Yeah.
All right.
And I have to say, Bill, I think that is a beautiful Christmas tree. The fact that you have it up against Thanksgiving, me and you will have to differ on that part. It's a tradition in my family that you can't put up the Christmas tree before Thanksgiving. It's just that's a hard no. But I do
Oh, I
love
also have
it.
something
It's
else I have to
beautiful.
show because I
Let's
want
see it.
to show it to Ryan Cohen.
Is Ryan Cohen watching tonight or what?
I don't know. I'll probably send it out so he sees it. Hold on.
Everybody chat, say what's up to RC, man. And right on.
No. So, Bill, you have to tweet it so he likes it. That's how it goes.
All right, we got the Teddy book. Which one is that, Bill? All right on.
I'm loving it.
You got the whole fucking book collection, man.
Is that the one from Controlled Chaos?
Maybe somebody can clip that and then I'll tweet it at Ryan.
Hell yeah. Someone out in the chat, let's get it clipped, man, and
and by
let's
the
get
way,
it
that was
reshared.
not staged. I'm in my family room.
Right on. Yeah. There is some people say that there's some good DD in those Teddy books, Bill.
Tinfoil.
Nothing that guy does is on accident.
You think so?
I think he's very bright. I think he's very bright. I think at one point you'll get him on your show.
Really?
What?
That'd be cool.
No shit. That'd be fucking exciting, man.
Yeah, not anytime soon, and I'm not making any promises, but that would be my expectation. I think you're doing all the right things. That's why I wanted to come on tonight. I think today, sometimes you want to get punched in the face,
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it brings you back to reality. It humbles you and makes you remember what you're fighting for. And as somebody who went through what I kind of went through today, and by all means, I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm just saying, like, Jake can probably agree with me here. We spent probably 1,000 hours each working through the dockets and doing all this stuff, and to have that ripped away, it was humbling.
Yeah, Jake's. I have a nickname for Jake. You ready for it? It's Ninja.
What is it?
Uh-oh.
He's a ninja.
Why is that?
Because he just gets in there and just fucking cleans people's clocks.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. We love Jake here, though, man. Jake's a great guy. He writes a lot of the good DD, and guy has a fucking memory that would shock you, man. I mean, he's got a sharp brain for sure.
He kind of looks like a ninja,
guys.
too.
Ninja, that's cool.
You could just see him jumping over that couch, and then,
all I can see is that beautiful hair. That's
the couch is reserved, so the couch has to wait, but it'll have its day too.
Where are you located, Jake?
Eh?
Where are you located?
Canada.
I should have.
Oh, I'm in Ontario, Canada.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
He's going to be coming to the show as well.
Jake was one of the 5 that got selected to come down.
Great.
From Ramez.
Ramez.
Yes.
Yeah, Ramez is a great guy.
Grateful for
Yeah,
that.
who is that guy? He's loaded.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a great guy, man. He owns a couple art galleries. I think out of Fort Lauderdale, Miami. They have some, I think, in London as well.
Well, let's see if he'll match my 1,000 for the advertising, and let's fucking get this Twitter community bumping.
Right on. Yeah, man. I say we grow this fucking thing. And we had 19,000 on Reddit. So that's our goal to surpass, fellas. So we need to surpass 19,000. Actually, Ramez is calling on the phone right now. Let's see what's going on. If he wants to say anything to Bill here. So chat, give a warm welcome to Ramez. Ramez, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Good, man. You're on the ThePPShow. Let's hear it. We got Bill with us.
How you doing? Let's do it, okay? I'll match it.
All right, you'll match the 1,000. All right, you hear that, Bill?
That's it. Let's do it.
All right, right on. Ramez will match it.
Let's fucking go.
All right, he says, "Let's fucking go."
You have 2 ways. We have 2 ways we can. We have 2 ways we can respond. We can cower like cowards, or we can fucking go to the moon. Let's
Amen.
Go to the moon.
Yeah, amen. Ramez, anything else you want to add, man? Let's hear it.
No, we love your show. You guys doing great. And love Polte. He's amazing. I actually messaged him today and thanking him about the event that he did in New York. And I totally agree with him. I think, we should advertise and get more people.
All right, right
on,
man.
I heard that. I couldn't really hear that, but
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, Ramez. He says
All
he
right,
loves
good. So
you.
we
The
got
community.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And we'll fucking, we'll build up the community, man. Again, I think that, a lot of the people who got our subreddit shut down will be looking back on this and saying it was the biggest fucking mistake they ever made. So right on. I'm all for
Yeah,
it.
I think
I've been saying that all day.
Like they cut
Yeah.
off the umbilical cord, and now the baby can live by itself.
All right. Right on.
Can you say that again one more time? Everybody else knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, it is recorded.
I know.
They cut
but
off the
I'm having-
umbilical cord, so now the baby can survive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I think we learned a hard lesson though of like who we trust, right? We were trusting Reddit, and I think that we kind of take for granted that there's these big companies, and we just don't really care who's running them, what their motives possibly be. We just use it because it's convenient. And I think it's important, because we never know when we're going to get rug pulled if we don't trust the people that we're working with. So I think it's good.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's like it's the centralization problem, right? It's like somebody wakes up and they want to bounce you. I think that's very well said, Michael.
And PB, would you mind sharing my post now? I feel like now's a great time to share what I have been discussing. Is that I worked very diligently with Reddit to try to get a straight answer on, hey, what rules did we break? Okay, how is one issue different from another? Because Bill, as we know, and this is one of the things I said before, what you see on the screen is I told them, I was like, I think I'm confused here. We have Bill Pulte. We make posts about him interacting with the community. He has zero interest in the stock. He has said adamantly he's not invested in it. And we can make posts about him. But yet another user who is invested in the stock and who interacts with the community cannot be posted about. I was like, I think we just need a clear definition on what we call harassment, because they said it was harassment. And I didn't see any harassment in the post. It was just a user who pointed out, hey, I acknowledged this. This particular individual was doing X. And then we have post about you. We had post about Jake. And so I was asking Reddit, like, where's the line here? And as you can see, none of these came with a response. They didn't respond at all. And that was the
Someone
issue.
said Travis feels guilty. I hope you don't, man. This was like, no matter once there was that could have been said, this subreddit was going down no matter what. We've known it since the beginning. No matter what, the second that we created that subreddit and the moment that it started to get traction and people like Bill Pulte coming and interacting with our subreddit, we should have known that something was going to go down, because there's a lot of people that don't like Bill. There's a lot of people who don't like the show. We have a lot of enemies, man. So it's something that would have always happened no matter what, because again, it's a centralized platform. It's anyone. So
I agree. And one thing that I just saw a comment that, what about my last post? My last post was saying harassment in this community will not be tolerated. I myself have been on the receiving end of harassment from a certain mod from another community, and we will not tolerate it, and we will not allow it, and we will not post about it.
yeah.
So from now on, henceforth and going forward, do not post any mods, anybody whatsoever.
Well, it's too late. Our subreddit's already gone.
Well, I understand, but at the same time, like, I was making a post, but look, I have been on the receiving end.
Sure.
Excuse me 1 second. All right, I have been on the receiving end of it. Here's an example, but we're not going to tolerate it. No mods in this community will tolerate it. Just don't do it.
Of course, yeah.
And I mean, somebody said I feel guilty. I absolutely feel guilty.
Don't. You shouldn't.
But I could.
Let's move on from it.
Agreed. But I could have done more.
Yeah.
I feel like
I get it.
could have done more. And it's like fuck, man. I put my heart and soul into this.
It's all good. We're gonna build something even better, man. And that's again, we had a smaller house and now we're building the fucking mansion. I got a question.
But let's build a better foundation.
Absolutely, man. Agreed. I got a question for Bill here, Pulte. I got a question for you. In terms of, and obviously, you know, I know that maybe you don't really talk to Ryan Cohen, things like that, but in your own opinion, Bill, what are your thoughts on what Ryan's opinion would be of what the PPs are, what we talk about, you know, the stuff that we try to bring to light? What are your thoughts if Ryan Cohen had an opinion on the show, what it would be?
Give me 1 second. Sorry, boys, my phone was dying.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his thought would be. I think though generally he's a pretty cool guy, pretty chill guy, right? Like, I like that he doesn't do a lot of interviews. I also think it's really smart because now he has, you know, we all think that we have people after us. This guy has way more people after us or after him. Right. But I would bet, you know, it's just speculation, but I would bet that I bet he would love the PP show.
Right on.
But that's just my speculation.
Right on. So I also had a question for you, Bill. I know that you made a Twitter post recently about the Christmas tree, and you wanted to do some like charity stuff, I believe. Can you expand a little bit upon that tonight, like what your thoughts are? Because I'm sure there's a lot of PPs out there, myself included, that would love to put a little bit of money towards that to help a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll be posting about it. I think we might be doing a free. Sorry, my charge is all fucked up.
Very good.
I don't know why it's draining my battery all of a sudden so crazily, but we're going to be doing a big giveaway next Friday, I think. Next Friday or Saturday, we're going to be opening up basically a pop-up shop of all things, and we're going to be just giving away free Christmas. So that'd be kind of cool. So I'll post if people want to do a bunch of money in myself, and then I don't know. I think I might with the event on the 14th along those lines. I'll be posting a lot of other people can give back. People can help.
Bill, you're breaking up a little bit there. Are you still with us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just breaking up a little bit. All right, sounds good. Fellas, do you have any other questions here for Bill tonight?
I actually had a question. So
yeah, you guys can ask
Bill,
me whatever you want.
Do you think it's
anything?
Because I can hang out now that I've got power.
All right, perfect. You said
Bill,
anything,
are you
right?
on the PP show?
What was that?
Is he? Are you in your... No, never mind.
He's in his office, I think. Go ahead, Michael.
What did he?
So my question is
if
is
you're
it pretty
taking a shit.
easy?
No, this is my office.
Yeah.
This is my office.
Right on.
I was just gonna say, do you think it's pretty easy to see who the builders are? Like who's actually trying to build a better world, and then who's just trying to extract as much value out of everything around them, as far as like knowing what you want to support and what you don't want to support. Like, is it possible you just see someone, you just know that they're doing something good, and you want to support it, even though you know nothing about it?
Yeah, we all know that, right? Instinctively, you're good at that, Michael. You have good instinct. And I think that's why we're going to win, because PP's actually trying to build something. And these people who try to tear people down, you know, it only gets so far, you know, even like Kai's Malesh, you know, being basically, you know, blown up by these people who are after him, who are pretty powerful guys. If we give credit to Kai's Malesh, and we should give him credit,
yes,
in my opinion, but you know, you are kind of who your enemies are, right? And in some ways, I think that the fact that this community has as much powerful enemies as it has is evidence of the fact that you guys are building something. Because if you guys weren't building something that was material or meaningful or effective, nobody would give a shit about you. You know, this is how I always say too. It's like, you know, and I've tried to keep it all about the PP show, but it's obviously relevant because of my platform with Twitter Philanthropy or X Philanthropy. It's like, if people aren't bitching about us, that means we aren't making enough of an effect. And with social media, it's pretty quick to figure out whether you're creating effect or not, because your feedback loop is, it's instant. It's boom, boom, boom. Sometimes you have to wait, months or years in business to see if you're being effective in the marketplace. I mean, you guys learned today, and you guys look at that. Did you guys see I got in that Spaces call last week, and did you hear that one guy? I was like defending you guys, and the guy told me that I should go kill myself.
I saw that. Yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. I mean, these people are like out of control. They think they can say whatever the fuck they want to people.
Yeah, but to me, that's extremely encouraging. Yeah.
But I think like
when I was going, yeah.
Is it like some people just look at it as an us versus them instead of a right versus wrong, where it's like they think that there has to be some sort of connection between, if it's like, oh, I'm investing this because I'm getting some financial gain, whereas it's just like, no, like I want to support good things because I want more good things around me, and I don't want to support bad things. People that are being parasites on on goodness. I don't want to support that, and I think they just like can't really fathom that those two differences.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if Plur was here, he would love this, which is the it's a book. I think the guy's name's David Hawkins, but it's a book. Everybody should go look it up. It's on power versus force. In fact, this is what you should do, PP, to the extent that you have time tonight or tomorrow. But you should look up this book called Power versus Force. And Michael, I think you would really enjoy it. But it basically talks about how, when you're building and you're constructing, you're operating with power. And when you're tearing people down, you're trying to use force, meaning you're trying to force things to happen. Right. And force can work for a short period of time, but it can't work. It can't be durable. It can't work for a long period of time. And I really like this book because, you could look at it and you could read it and you could say, oh, this is just woo-woo bullshit. But if you actually step back in a second and you actually look at it and you love, you love certain things. And again, you got to look at the hierarchy that they have this thing on. It gives you an interesting thing. And the way that this guy's measured it across, all kinds of data sets, all kinds of things across humanity is basically for each of these different emotions, for each of these different characteristics. It goes to show that it's basically like the higher the frequency that you're operating at. And I just think it's the best book that I've seen, to describe the kind of high frequency or, good vibration or whatever. But to the extent that can even be captured in a scientific way, it's one of the better ones I've seen. So I would look that up if I were.
Well, I liked your last
force
recommendation, the God's debris. I think it was interesting because the first time I read it, I read it quickly, and so I was like kind of confused. I was like,
did you read it after I recommended it or what?
Yeah, after you recommended it, and I was like, a lot of these things didn't add up. I was like, they're like completely unfounded statements. And then as I reread it, I was like, oh, that's actually the point, is to see how easy it is to accept something that just seems to flow well but isn't actually true. Right. And it like reminds me of like what Doug Sifu did, right? He was making claims, right? He's like, oh, you cannot change the plan after confirmation of chapter 11, and he says it as if it just sounds really confident. It's just completely untrue. And so I think that we have to be careful about what ideas like sound good but aren't actually true, and who's saying them, what their motives are.
Did you see in God's debris, like the main point I took away from that was probability? I don't know if you took that away from that book.
Let me just like kind of the premise at the beginning. He says, I'm going to do a thought experiment. I'm going to say things that sound good, and I'm not going to tell you what's true or not true. And, yeah, I don't know. That was what.
Because to me, with God's debris, it's like about probability. And like, I just think that like, that's a huge thing in the universe. It's like nobody can answer where probability came from. And that was the big thing with that book. So it's like, where did probability come from? And it's like, nobody can answer it really. And so it's like, okay, when you talk about building and constructing, you're doing things, in my opinion, that have a high probability of success. And I think like one of the reasons when I saw PP, it's like, just to be full disclosure, when I saw him, and you could go back and look at some of the video that I had, is like, I saw somebody who was doing something that was kind of consistent with that hierarchy that I'm talking about, the power versus force hierarchy, and saw that he was making these high probability decisions, just how he approaches people. He's constructive. He's not very negative. And, there's a couple people that come to my mind, like your guys' mind probably on these Twitter spaces, but they're trafficking in this kind of lower, hatred, negativity things. And that doesn't help you grow it. I mean, look at the PP show. when you look at, when did you say that when I started with you guys in July or something, or 2000?
Yeah, you joined in July. I think you had like 200 people in the subreddit at the time.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. I mean, look at that growth. That's parabolic, right? And so I guess what I'm saying is like, you know, and that's why I'm saying like, I would bet that you're going to continue to make high probability good decisions. If you continue to do that, you know, I think you'll continue to win. So,
Amen.
you know, there's possibility, there's probability, and then above probability is certainty.
Yeah.
You know, and anyway, you know, everybody's arguing with you guys about the Bed Bath and Beyond thing, that you guys are like at the lowest rung of like possibility.
Exactly.
And what you guys are trying to do is try to tell people, no, look, this is actually probability.
Right.
You know, and some people are so adamant about it that they're like, no, this is a certainty.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I think you guys would just accepting that there's a probability. Mm-hmm. And everybody, if you look at like this whole fight, and again, I just look at it, you know, I look at life through all this to try to make sense of it, is like, it's just a huge argument between all of you guys arguing about, not all of you guys, but like other people arguing that it's just a remote possibility, and you guys arguing that there's a probability. It's literally a fight between possibility and probability.
Yes,
that's what I see.
That's exactly what it is. And you know, Bill, I have a question for you. And again,
and am I going off on too much theoretical bullshit?
No, I'm gonna let PP go ahead. I do have a follow up to what Bill just said.
Sure,
go ahead. I know you have a question.
So you said anything could be asked. So obviously, I'm going to take my opportunity. Bill, bullshit aside, when's the fucking baby due, man?
Well, depends on the literal or figurative. Literally, she's not pregnant, so that can't happen. But you know, your whole situation, I don't know. I disagree with ABC that Carl Icahn's involved in this.
Really?
But, you know, what the fuck do I know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything. And just so everybody says that, you know, it's like I can't even tweet that I woke up and saw the sun without it being posted all in the fucking Reddit and people being like, fuck Pulte, he's leading us on. I'm like, I just posted a fucking photo of the sun. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
No, and I want to follow up a little bit, Bill. You know, the beautiful thing about this particular instance or this particular situation that we're in is that no one on either side of the play can definitively 100% confirm that they are correct. We have 380 plus hours spent redacting dockets just for Kirkland and Ellis. So if you're on the this is never going to happen side, or this is 100% going to happen side, you can't confirm it. And that's the beautiful thing about this play. And I've said this from the very, very beginning, is that nobody can definitively say what's going to happen in this particular instance. Those that know can't talk about it, and those that talk about it don't know, because there's so many NDAs. There's so many hours spent redacting dockets for privileged information that nobody.
Which is crazy. It's crazy, all these privilege logs and everything.
Agreed.
It's crazy.
And that's why, like, those who are on the remastered or the meltdown subs, they can't say it definitively because they don't have the redacted information. And those of us on our side of the play can't say definitively because
now when you use the word definitively, that's the same thing I was saying about certainty, right? It's like, and that's what I don't understand. It's like, to be certain about something, like, you need to have unequivocal proof. And
correct.
These people who are lobbing all these attacks against you, it's like they're so confident in their certainty, which I don't believe is certainty, that they're like having to block you guys when they get questioned and all kinds of stuff. And they're having to tell me to go kill myself. It's like, that doesn't seem to be a very confident strategy for people who are trafficking in certainty.
Yeah.
Like, that seems to me, you know, this fight between possibility and probability. Yeah. And that's what you guys are fighting about right now. And I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of those privilege logs recently, and, you know, again, I don't want to speculate, and I guess it is speculation, and this is just my opinion, so I don't know any information, but you look at those different privilege logs with those attorneys, and it is a little curious who they're all talking to and whatnot, you know. And attorneys are very careful what they put in privilege logs, right? So it's like, okay, like, imagine what you're not seeing on those logs.
And as far as probability, just real quick, it's interesting that they say it's improbable that a $5 billion revenue company can't be restructured. And yet they also think it's probable that, the attitude of shorting and distorting relentlessly will lead to anything good.
I agree.
Go ahead, Jake. And also, real quick, before
they
Jake...
also think that there's a high probability that taking out the PP show will result in the PP show being gone, and I think they've very much miscalculated their probabilities.
Amen.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna move it over to Jake 2B. Before we move it to Jake 2B, there was a couple people in the chat asking Bill if they wanted to know a little bit more about additional tickets to the PP show live, if there will be additional tickets sold, and how you will go about that. And then I'll leave it over to Jake next.
Yes, there will be, probably by the end of next week. That'll be up.
Okay, sounds good. Hi, Jake.
Hey, thanks, PP. And hey, Bill, I just wanted to say two things. One, thank you for engaging in the conversation that we had with Platinum Sparkles. I think your encouragement of her to chat with me and have that little debate, I think, took her over the edge to where she went ahead and did it, because prior to, maybe she was a little bit more hesitant. So I appreciated that, because her and I had a pretty good conversation. Sorry?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah. A lot of those people follow me, and I like them, and they seem to like me, although, I don't know, I get a lot of heat for being around you guys, but I don't care. I mean, it's like, why can't we all talk? It's like, this world has just gone fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was a really good conversation. And then I did have one question for you. Do you have any experience with or know an attorney named Elizabeth Sussman? And if you do, what do you think of her?
Is she at Olshan?
She is.
Bill knows his stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Olshan's my law firm, so I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Fair enough.
All right.
I'll say they're great. I'll say Olshan's a great firm, and they've always treated me and my grandfather well. And yeah,
Right on.
That's cool. Thanks, man.
I do have a question for Bill here, if you don't mind.
They've been there in the trenches with me. So
Interesting.
I'm sure they're in the trenches with their other clients too, but
Yeah.
that's just speculation.
So I had a question for you, Bill, and you are just lagging just a little bit on the show here, but we can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay.
My question to you primarily is about Bed Bath & Beyond, and really my question is, I know you have a position in a few different companies. I know GameStop is one of them. Is there any reason why you didn't invest into Bed Bath & Beyond well before there was talks of bankruptcy, things like that? Seeing Ryan Cohen take a position in Bed Bath & Beyond last year, I'm sure you may have noticed that due to the media. Is there any reason why you didn't take a position in Bed Bath & Beyond that you can answer today?
Well, I thought about it that I would when he was involved, and then I saw him get out of it, and then I was just kind of like, okay, well, let me see. And then when I got involved in a lot of this stuff or started following it, it's just like, and I think I've said this to you before, either online or offline, and I think I said this to Travis on the plane, is like, for me to do anything, it's just like, there's so many more headaches that I have to worry about, So, it's like, don't get me wrong, would I love to make money on some of these different stocks? Of course, but I have to be extremely thoughtful, because then every fucking tweet I write, can be construed as something, even if it's not. And I'm not saying it should or could be construed that way. It's just like, all it takes are some nut job to start, saying that, I'm trying to do this, that, or the other thing. So I actually think it's kind of a superpower that I'm not an owner of the stock, because it allows me to really just pipe off with what I think without giving any of these clowns any basis to try to, it's a baseless base. But I mean, imagine this. If they're telling me if these people who hate you guys, which I support the mission of just a lot of what I understand that you guys support, if they're telling me to go fucking kill myself, which is what they're telling me just by associating with you guys, can you imagine what they would be doing if I actually owned shares in this thing?
Yeah, they'd be ripping you apart.
Not only that, they'd lose their fucking mind.
Yeah.
I mean, they already are losing their mind. They're absolutely losing their fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just by me even talking to you.
Right.
I mean, this is the problem of the world that we're in right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think if you continue with the PP show, and I've told you this, you should get into other tickers, and it doesn't need to be Pulte Group. Absolutely not. although I do appreciate the love and support of my family. So thank you guys for that.
Right on.
But I think you need to add these other tickers, whether it's GME or to the extent that you or the community wants IEP. And I say that because I know that, this is that there's one ticker that you guys love, but I say this because whether it's this ticker or whatever, is like you guys have to go on, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you tell me to fuck off, but I think you guys are young, hungry, and I mean, if you guys get on the right base, which clearly you were, I mean, if you're telling me you're at 2,000 in July, like the fucking sky's the limit to how big this thing
Absolutely it is.
And Michael and I saw that at the bar. I mean, I was literally in the back of an Uber and I put out a tweet. You should ask my friends who I was with. I literally put out a fucking tweet. In 48 hours, we had, I don't know, how many people there, Michael? 50, 75 people?
Yeah, some of which flew
insane.
from Denmark.
That's wild.
Yeah, that guy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
People love the show. They love you, man. You know, I mean, it is what it is. That's why there's so many people that want to come out to the show, the live show that we'll be doing as well, in Fort Lauderdale. So
wait, we're doing a show live there, or are we just having a meet and greet?
Yeah, we're doing a live show, right, Bill?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I think so.
Doing a live
so
PP show,
and I got to finalize it. So
wait.
I think it.
Oh, sorry, Bill. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, Travis.
Oh, I was going to say,
I love Travis. Who doesn't like Travis?
Me
Who
too.
could ever fight with Travis?
No, I'll come back to that first. I want to say, can I touch Jake's hair in person? Jake?
Oh, yeah.
That's to you two guys.
You do whatever the fuck you want.
In second, I was going to say, no, it was on the plane that you mentioned, kind of growing the show and where do we go from here and getting into GME, IEP, not just Bed Bath & Beyond, but like, what are our next endeavors as, I mean, we are kind of, and I agree with you, Bill, one of the places that we talk about financial literacy and what really happens in our markets and how the stock market actually works. And so I've appreciated
Boys, you're gonna
this
fucking
journey.
kill me. My battery is literally dying, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with my iPhone. I think I need to get a new one.
No worries. We got to let you go.
Finish your question, and if I die,
Don't say
You can rejoin.
It wasn't a question. It was more of a no. I agree. You made us see what's in the future, what's next, and
Right.
and I appreciated that so much. On this isn't just Bed Bath & Beyond. This is what comes next. Is it IEP? Is it GME? Is it something else? Is it investing just in Ryan Cohen or expanding to other highly shorted stocks? And I appreciated that so much.
If people say, "Oh, I'm just here for the one stock," okay, great, fine, but in my opinion, don't restrict the future of all the talent on the show who works their ass off every night, and all of the community, something that is becoming a monster. I mean, it's crazy, but 4,000 people who joined even after you got kicked off of Reddit, I mean, that's a big deal. So it's like, to me, it's like, don't restrict everybody on this show just because you only like one stock and you can only see the Vision of PP show for that. Like, that's great. That's fine. But I guess what I'm trying to say is why live in a mental prison? Let's think outside.
I just think let's
go for the whole financial market here. Like, let's take this ethos of this community. And again, this is up to you guys, not me, but this is just where I was coming from, was like, you guys could do a lot of good things across a lot of different places. And the amount of DD that's being done in this community, I mean, there's a reason they took you guys offline. They wanted to take you out.
Yeah.
I just think it's like hard to, like, it's one thing to like do a roadmap for a company, see where they're going. But I just learned the hard way that the board matters so much that it's like, it's hard to want to put a whole bunch of effort in doing due diligence on a company when there's not a Ryan Cohen at the top of it, right? I mean, like, even doing a bunch of due diligence on like Pulte Homes right now, it's like, well, if the person at the top of it's a parasite and a moron, like, it's kind of hard to, it's like, well, what do you do? It's like, I mean, I just think that the leadership matters so much that, I don't know. That just makes me, anyway.
So we have Ross here. Want Ross to be able to ask a question before Bill's phone goes out. Ross, hi, welcome to the show. Let's hear it.
Hey guys, how's it going? Travis, really glad to see you rally, brother. I know how
Good to
hard
see you.
this is. That's awesome.
These powerful people.
I just wanted to hop
but
on and
no.
say hi to everybody. I'm glad to see Bill on and everybody else.
Hold on, I'm getting some interference between Bill and Ross. Sorry.
Yeah, Bill, I think you're lagging there. Are you still there with us?
His phone might be dying.
Oh.
Hey, my most important question: does anybody know how to open a Mexican tequila bottle? Because it's got that little
1800. Yeah, I do.
Fuck, his phone died. God damn it.
I'll be right back. I got to get a knife.
Use your teeth.
It's a cork. It's a cork. You know.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Bill. At least we had some good conversations. Again, I think the fucking guy has to know something. Again, it's my own right. All right. To believe whatever the fuck I want to believe. If I want to believe the goddamn moon is made of cheese, I'm so, man. All right. And you know, you can't tell me otherwise. So my honest opinion, man, yeah, you know, Bill loves the show. He loves the community, man. You know, our subreddit was shut down and they expect us all just to roll over and give up. Yep. Work's done. There you go. You got another goddamn thing coming, all right? We're going to build, again, like I tell Bill, we demolished the fucking one-story house that we had, and now we're going to build a goddamn fucking, and not only that, it's going to come back 2 times as large, and we're going to fucking get some fucking ads rolling. The world needs to know what the fuck the PP Show is, man. You know how many fucking goddamn retail investors are out there that are getting fucked over by the media? They're getting fucked over by big money, things like that. Well, guess the fuck what, man? This is the day and age. This is the greatest goddamn time to be. And you got me damned if you're getting down a subreddit, it's going to end this, man. We will grow, and we will grow bigger, man, in my opinion. What's going on, Russ?
I just think it's hilarious how much they think Reddit's actually important to this conversation. I mean, this is a multi-platform community.
Yeah.
That's across YouTube, X. We're setting up Lemmy. We've got a bunch of other stuff to.
Yes.
Like I posted earlier to Jake the you can't stop the signal now. I mean, this is the thing that I want people to understand is the ideas cannot be suppressed by suppressing the platform, because we'll find a way to connect. I'm super happy to be connected with you guys and have conversations. I love the due diligence. I love Travis's breakdown and Jake's insights into the docs and Salvatore's enthusiasm and Kai's personality, although it gets a little aggressive at times. We need to pull it back sometimes. But for me, this is like an incredibly good community to be able to work through. What do we see happening in a very opaque process that could be restructuring the entire financial market? I don't know how you shut that down and what the basis of any sort of rationalization for that is, other than I don't like what you guys are saying, or this is the worst possible interpretation of it. You guys hurt my feelings with your words. And that's the most fucking childish thing I can think of happening in
it's
any
bullshit.
context.
Yeah. It's bullshit. And, you know, that's why, again, you know, we shouldn't spend too much time on it. You know, the separate, and, you know, and also, do I sound better out there? Am I still cutting up, or is everything good now?
It's still cutting to me, just a tiny
You
bit.
sound fine to me.
That's awesome.
Is it cutting out?
But it's better. It's better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. It could be my VPN. Is that good now?
Much better.
Okay.
It's just every now and then you'll do this, and then it'll keep going.
Still cutting up a bit. No cutting out. Okay.
No, sound better.
Right. You know, I don't want to waste too much time. You know, sitting here. You know, going back and forth over the sub. It is what it is. You know, our subreddit was built for a reason, and you know, we passed a lot of DD throughout that subreddit, and I think it's great. And you know, the time is to keep building, fellas. You know, because what they will do is they will come in and they will attempt to silence everyone, like you see with the PP Show subreddit, man. So you know, having decentralized types makes a good point. You know, we're kind of spread across multiple platforms at this point. So we're getting some feedback, I think, from Ross's end. Ross, do you have the stream pulled up somewhere on your phone?
That better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. So also, Chris says new Teddy books are out. What the fuck do you mean new Teddy books?
No way.
I just looked and I couldn't find anything.
I'll go ahead and let Ross take the stage for a moment if he'd like. Again, Ross, I know you came onto the PP show last night as well. I think the DD is pretty much wrapped up at this point. You know, I don't think there's a lot left. You know, there's not really a lot left here. So if we can get a confirmation on those new books, I'd love to see it. Yes, Teddy just released new books. Go to Ross or Jake if you guys want to highlight anything. I need to use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. I might even restart my PC and fix my mic issue too. So
yeah, no worries. I'll just add that I think we've done kind of all the current due diligence that's possible. Another document this dropped that's basically a deferral that doesn't have much meaning in the years I can tell. I think we're now at this point, we need to see like what the next creditor plan looks like if one's forthcoming. Otherwise, this is ball in the air time. You know, I wish there was more to it and more evidence that we could go through, but we've sort of dug through this. I feel like we've dug to the bottom of the mine, found everything we're going to find. Unless there's some new veins that open up, I don't know where to go with this other than let's see what happens. Jake, you think?
Yeah, I'm happy to just keep looking to see what maybe was missed, or just to help give people a better understanding of, you know, maybe getting everybody up to the same level of knowledge. But I agree with you. At this point, I've been doing a little bit more engaging with people that kind of are on the bearish side too, just to see if I could poke any own holes in my own thinking. But yeah, I'm happy to just kind of cruise and see where we're at. I think as we get updates and maybe a plan is amended or modified, there'll be new information. But, you know, I've enjoyed even looking back at the Kirkland docket, the post I made the other day about the credit bid, that sort of thing. You know, but it's just to give people something to mull over and read while we're kind of in like a holding pattern or waiting, right? Because I'm finding that, you know, as time goes on and nothing is happening, people get a little antsy and uneasy when there's nothing going on, right? But I agree. I think it's.
I think there's a. If I can just address mental health for a second for a lot of the folks who are really uptight and sort of worried, I think that's really important.
That's me.
Well, no, not you.
Well, no. Well, I mean, so I don't know, Ross, if you know, I have been dealing with some mental health issues for the last 3 years. I have succumbed or prevailed over most of this, and unfortunately today I went through a little episode of what was unfortunate, and well, I went through a mental health issue where I had a bit of the SADS for most of the day. So, like, when you talk about mental health, I'm like, oh, you're talking to me.
No, there's a lot of people. Like Travis, I really appreciate you being open about the struggles you're having, because I've got depression myself, and I've got 4 children who've struggled with it, and it's a challenge.
It is.
I've been able to manage it, so I do know there's another side that I really hope everyone gets to, that it really is a manageable thing once you get through the therapy and stuff. But I'm just more talking about a lot of folks who've been DMing me and stuff where they're making statements where, you know, and I think these people are legit, not bad actors, because they're able to tell me about positions and stories. I think I just want everyone to realize, like, we're in a locked position.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do. And this is the most Zen moment you can be in, is just to realize, to be aware of what's happening, to be aware of your state, to just breathe and get through the day as you watch what's happening, but to not let your day be pinned on what's happening in a subreddit or what's happening on X or what's happening with due diligence. This is good analytics on a play we have no active role in right now. Until it becomes equity, there's nothing we can do other than color commentary and analytics. Same as a sports broadcaster looking at a hockey game. Okay, can the sports broadcaster change the game? Nope. Are they on the ice? Nope. Can they help the other fans understand what's happening in the game as best they understand? Sure, but they're not going to change the outcome of the game, nor are they going to make the game end anytime sooner. So that's the thing I just want everybody to get their arms around and their heads around, is just breathe. Take a breath. It'll move forward. There'll be an outcome. This will resolve. This will not stay in this state of tension. So
amen.
Let the tension go now.
Yeah.
And then relax. And when the outcome comes, you'll have one of 2 reactions, one of which is, motherfucker, I'm a billionaire. Or the other one is, well, that was an interesting lesson to learn. Be okay with those. But let's not dive into my entire life's identity is tied into what happens here, or what happens with a mod on a subreddit. That to me is the funniest thing in the world, that someone took words so seriously. You know, and that's insane.
And, you know, it's funny because, like, and also Mike's still cutting out. We're good now.
No, you're
We're solid.
perfect.
Okay, perfect. I just need to restart
I
the
mean,
PC.
you still sound like you, so
Good. That's good to hear. Like the biggest thing too is like, this is just my opinion. Even shills out there, GME Meltdown remastered. To be honest with you, I don't think they even wanted to see our subreddit go down because they love making fun of us. They love posting about us, things like that. So, I think there are people out there that are nefarious that did succeed in taking down our subreddit. But now, a lot of these guys, I guess they're just gonna talk about something else, and that's fine, man. So I mean, it is kind of a breath of fresh air, right on. But it sucks for everybody, The PB show was making Reddit great again, man. All right.
What are they gonna do now?
I have no idea.
What are they gonna do? Like, I'm sorry.
Probably clip the show.
I have been, I have been
Yeah.
like, full disclosure about my participation in BBBY remastered. And yes, the main person asked me to be a moderator for ban voting. And that's all I was there for. I never like did anything. I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'll be the laziest mod you've ever had.
Yeah.
And now that we're gone, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, no, exactly. All right. I want to take. Yeah.
Hey, let me just throw in for a second. I do want to address something, and I think it's really important to understand.
Sure.
I do think there are obviously bots and folks that are out there, and you can spot them in a minute because they post the same content and they have similar tones and stuff like that. And they're bot shill accounts. I've run into them. Like they're an inch deep when you argue with them. That said, there's a fair number of people I've had conversations with who are against the whole play. They just don't see it happen. And I really, truly believe, no, I'm not going to go into the whole backstory on this, but I have a background in behavioral science. I do believe there is a significant amount of cognitive dissonance going on where they've tied their identity into a position and they've done it publicly. And it's very difficult for them to be able to unpack the public statements they've made in a leadership position in a way that allows them to be truly open. For example, in Jake's conversation of looking for truth rather than looking to debate. I think that was an incredibly important part. So I do think, as I've encountered a lot of these folks, the more, I think 90% of them are folks who are dealing with a cognitive dissonance of, I've created a brand about being an authority in what happens in the stock market or what happens with meme stocks, or specifically what happens with Ryan Cohen or what happens with his investments. And if this pans out to be true, then I'm completely wrong.
Yeah.
Now, at that moment, there's an identity collapse that is fearful. That's emotionally fearful for people to deal with. So I don't want to unpack too much of this, but I really believe there are like not nefarious, but compromised people in the sense that they can't get past their own cognitive dissonance and their own brand they've built themselves around to allow themselves to be actually open to the discussion and open to the evidence that Jake and Travis and other people provide. So
sure.
I want people not to get like, it's easy to get into good versus evil. It's far more likely that this is ego versus super ego. Like, how do you move past your sense of identity and actually look at the truth without it being a reflection on yourself? That's the hardest thing to do. Like, I'm an executive public company, and all the time I have people tell me, well, you're wrong. Woof, man, that's hard to do when you've told 2,000 people or 20,000 people, this is what we're going to do. And you're like, that's a mistake. Need to back from it. But you have to own it. That's the super ego, is letting go of your own sense of identity against the thing. Is the idea is independent of the person. And I wish these folks could understand that when Jake comes with DD, he's arguing from the perspective of an idea versus an identity. And that's where we get in trouble. So that's just the last thing I close on is I don't think there's necessarily bad actors out there. There are, but I think the majority of them have tied their identity to it in a way that makes it impossible for them to actually understand this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the timing is highly suspicious. You have Doug and also what's that reporter, Block Kaz, and all this stuff. All of a sudden, this stuff goes down. People are in power, fellas. This is what it is, man. You need to open your fucking eyes up, man, to the fucking the world that we now live in, where if you do not agree with someone else, that they will nuke your whole fucking subreddit, man. So it is what it is. All right, so I did want to take a look at those Teddy books. Where are the new books at? Okay, hold the fuck up. Teddy gets a puppy. All right, so I'm curious, when did these books come out?
When Bill was in his living room holding them up.
Get the fuck out. So you're telling me on the same goddamn day that the fucking PP subreddit goes down, you're telling me we got brand new teddy books? Get the fuck out of here, man. Really? Fellas, we need a time when these fucking things were dropped, man. 30 minutes ago.
That's
Hey,
cool.
is there evidence online? Is there a link or something we can see? What's being shown?
No, it's teddy.com.
What
But
the fuck?
I've been
that last one
refreshing
said
it.
Teddy grows trees, man. That's a PP Seeds reference, man. What the fuck?
Teddy.com.
Pull this shit up ASAP, man. Let's take a look at this.
It just
No
barely
fucking
updated
way.
for me.
Says money doesn't grow on trees.
I'm
Why
not
can't
seeing
I-
anything.
What the fuck?
I can't get this.
No, I'm not seeing it. What
All
are you
right,
looking at?
Sloppy just posted it. Yeah, there it is
Oh, I
right
got it.
here. Okay. Get the fuck out, man. So you're telling me, hold the fuck up. On the same day that the PP subreddit goes down, okay, which is very well known, okay, renowned for not only its DD, but it's fucking tinfoil pertaining to teddy books, and you're gonna tell me that these fucking books drop on the same night.
I'm not seeing it. Where
It's
are you?
Wow.
It must have just dropped because I kept reloading it and reloading
Holy
it, and it
fuck.
wasn't there, and then suddenly it was there.
Yeah,
So
I'm not seeing it. I only show
just
5
keep
books.
refreshing.
Like,
It
Okay. Can I-
literally just dropped. Like
Hey,
literally
if you
just
would,
This
go
dropped.
into the
is
individual
fucking
books.
crazy.
of course, Bill's phone dies right now. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. He just like,
Hey, guys.
Tinfoil.
holy shit, man. I told
Open
you
up the
guys he
individual
has to
books.
know something. Sorry. Go ahead, Ross.
Just saying, open up the individual books. The descriptions of them are awesome.
Here, maybe should we start with
Holy
this one?
fuck, man. That's crazy.
Somebody else who has this, because I
You're
don't have it.
telling me on the goddamn day that the fucking subreddit goes down, we got Ryan Cohen posting these fucking pictures, man. This is it, fellas. The guy has to watch the show, man. He has to be following what the fuck is happening, fellas.
Wait,
RCPP
no.
enthusiast.
Stop. You think that RC has never seen the show? You're crazy.
No. I think he has. But dude, you know what's fucking crazy is how the fuck is the subreddit going to go down today and all of a sudden the books just magically pop up after Bill Pulte comes and shows us his fucking book collection, man.
Coincidence. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Coincidence. Yeah, coincidence.
Sure.
Holy fuck, man. This is
but,
serious.
Like, the subreddit going down was, we tried to mitigate it, and Reddit was beyond.
Yeah, fuck Reddit, man.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Oh, hold on, Reddit. if you're listening, twist and turn.
Yeah, they're all
on it,
fucking paid for, man. It is what it is.
We tried. I did everything in my power. I posted about it. I posted on Twitter. Look,
Yeah.
I tried. Y'all didn't respond. Y'all didn't answer. We tried to mitigate this. We tried to remedy this.
Right on.
Reddit, twist and turn, bitch.
Right on, man. Yeah, we're gonna build a bigger platform than Reddit, man. Reddit should be terrified right now, man. All right, let's take a look at some of these books. Go ahead, Jake, and I want to take a look at all of these books that are coming out.
Thank you, PP. Michael, I was just going to say, if the one book looked like it had those thumbnails, did you see that? Or
Yeah,
like
they all
had
do.
more
They all do.
pictures?
Which
What
one
was
do you
that
want to
all
go
about?
through first?
Oh, they all do. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of, I don't even know where to start. There's...
Sorry,
too
yeah, I
exciting.
just saw that like this one had that, so I was just curious.
Yeah, all
That's all.
5 do. Let's
Dude,
see.
I'm telling you
Hey,
guys, you guys need to
Michael.
fucking pay attention. With Bill coming on, he showed the teddy books, and now all of a sudden, magically 30 minutes later, he's not here. There's fucking new teddy books, fellas.
No.
Hey, Michael, flip over
What
to
do you
the,
mean, no? Are you out of your mind? That's
Yeah,
a
go.
goddamn connection.
No, because I'll be genuine. When I posted a tweet on Reddit, it says, "Hey, and this is true. I was going through some mental health problems earlier today. I had my first meltdown for the first time in like 3 months. Bill reached out to me personally, and he's like, "Hey, man, just checking on you, making sure you're okay." No, I think he's just being genuine. Does he know something? Does he not? I don't know. Will I be here for the tinfoil about, oh, he has to know something? Absolutely. But do I think that's the case? I don't know, but I think he's just a genuine person. The fact that he
Yeah.
reached out to me was the spark that I needed to kind of go, I can get through this. I know I can.
Yeah, he's
Just
a good guy because
suck
he
it up.
Because he
Yeah.
texted me and he said, "What's Travis's number?" and I sent it to him. So that's why.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Jake.
All right.
No,
There's you, Jake 2B.
All right. So
Hakas.
let's take a look
I
at.
was gonna say that guy's got some good hair.
I want to take a look at some of these books. Let's start from the top. Is this the very first one?
I don't know what the order is, but let's see.
And how many new fucking books do we have? Rusty Shackelford with the 50 PP Show memberships, man. Holy shit, Rusty. Appreciate your fucking support, man. If you got a membership from Rusty, be sure to give a thanks in the chat. I know Watt DC donated some memberships as well. 5 from Watt DC, right on Watt DC. Pickles for dinner with the 10. We are RC, right on, man. Tony Sal with the 5. Wait a second. Did Pulte hold up new books or were they old? They were old. They were for sure old.
Yeah, they were the originals.
Yeah, they were the originals. Okay. Teddy and the Corn Stand. What the fuck, man? How many books are there? 5?
5 new ones.
Yeah, I think
5
this one
new
might
ones.
be the first one. We can just go through them. I'll just read the back since it's small. It says,
This
Princeton
is
and Kingston
fucking
start their
crazy.
first business, a corn stand. Grandpa Teddy helps them solve problems, grow their business, and most importantly, make their customers happy. So then we have Teddy. Kingston was so excited. He and his brother Princeton had their very first business, and Grandpa Teddy was helping. Look how much corn we sold. And there's honey and cotton candy.
Dude, that's fucking
Teddy.
crazy.
Wait, Michael. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
What's
y'all
up?
do know Ryan Cohen's. He has 2 sons, apparently, at least from what I know. Y'all know what his sons' names are?
Huh.
Kingston and Princeton.
Yeah, of course. These are about his kids and his granddad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yo.
All
right. No, just go.
Yeah. Bobby Tables with the 5. PP, can you wish Mrs. Tables a happy birthday? She loves the show too. Big fucking happy birthday to Mrs. Tables at home. Appreciate you guys watching the show together, and appreciate you guys tuning in and enjoying the show. So I hope you have a great birthday, Mrs. Tables. Go ahead. I think it was Michael.
All right,
Hey,
Teddy.
Michael, scroll down on this page and go down to the description where they deal with problems. There it is.
Lots of work.
No, above that, competition.
Competition. They deal with worms, green corn, and competition too. Fellas, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. Listen to what PP is telling you.
Oh, and then she has pink
the
hair.
Same goddamn day that the sub gets taken down, you're going to tell me the night on the PP show, all of a sudden the Teddy books were just coincidental, supposed to be dropped tonight. Holy fucking shit.
So there's a honey pot that has pink hair.
A honey pot with pink hair.
Oh. No fucking way, man. Holy shit, fella.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm convinced that Ryan Cohen follows this whole entire community. Like, this is right up his fucking alley, man. The dildos, the fucking humor, like, you know, everybody getting together. Like, this is the type of shit. Like, this is why Bill loves the show, man. And you think Bill's the only person out there, you know, with power or even money that loves the show? There's tons of people who love the fucking show, man. And I think Ryan Cohen's one of them. I mean, even Bill said, you know, there's a likelihood we can get him on the show. Like, Ryan Cohen doesn't do, media interviews, but he surely would come on the PP show because he knows how we are. He knows the type of guys we are, man. You know, like, we live and breathe this shit. So, wow.
We're
absolutely.
I think I can guess who the other 2 people are too, but I'm not going to say.
No.
Though.
Let's speculate. Go ahead, Michael.
No, I think everyone on their own can just guess for themselves.
What are you going to do? Get banned twice?
Yeah, you can't be banned here.
Well, so Doug Sifu's like that Amy chick. I think this is Amy.
Oh,
and then this is life
racist
relationship. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
I like the honeypot. I like the honeypot shit. Like the honey, like essentially, like she's like the honeypot. I like it.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. What are the other books they have? So they have competition. Let's start from the top real quick before going through like each individual book. Yeah.
You guys see once again, there's a teddy bear wearing Ted's shirt in the last panel on the corn stand one, right?
Go back up to the corn stand, Michael.
This one? Yeah,
no,
that's this one. Is that what you're talking about?
So scroll down to lots of work.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah, he is wearing the
teddy
same
bear.
shirt.
No, the teddy bear in the background.
Yeah, on lots of work, right?
Bruh.
Yeah, we have it pulled up right here.
Yeah. No, Michael, go back down.
So yeah, and then I want to see
Right there,
exactly
top
all
right,
the
top
books.
right of lots of work picture. See the teddy bear?
Mm-hmm.
Teddy?
I mean, it's possible. What's the books at the top? Let's see where they start at. Let's see here. So we have Teddy and the Corn Stand, and then what are the other books that we have? I want to see all of them, just to get like an idea of what we're working with here.
Oh boy,
update.
you guys got to get at the cover of Teddy and his best friend Jerry. It's full of shit.
Really?
There's a dragonfly. There's a teddy bear. There's a Twitter bird. There's
Get the fuck out. All right. So let's start with all right, we can start here. I feel like this is good. Teddy and his best friend Jerry. All right, right on.
Princeton and Kingston learn all about how Grandpa Teddy looked after his best friend Jerry. They made new friends, had fun sneaking out at night, and Jerry learned how to walk all over again. I mean, the sneaking out at night makes me think of the Twitter Spaces where people claim that RC was there in the bathroom and anyway.
So
Princeton
what
was
do they
happy
just
go ahead.
do? They just drop like a couple pages of each book, and then you just buy
it's
it,
a
or
sample.
what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because each one has 32 pages, and then they just show you like 5 pages.
Right. We're getting some feedback.
Princeton was
from
happy
someone.
this morning. He and his brother Kingston were spending the entire day with Grandpa Teddy and his best friend Jerry. Kingston was happy too. He loved Teddy's best friend Jerry, and knew they had been best friends for a long time. There's probably I know.
Give me
I'm just curious.
Give me a bottle of whiskey and I'll fucking read this shit, man. Go ahead, Ross.
I just was looking at that thing. First off, Travis, you're fine. Don't go anywhere. But I kind of want to know what the fuck happened to Jerry.
I've gotten my curtain call, so do what you
Nah,
gotta
don't
do.
bounce.
If you need to go, I don't want people walking you out of here. Like,
Well,
that's the thing. If people are harassing
I've
you,
already
that's
had a
what you
rough day. I don't.
They're
need
fucking
that.
with you, man. It's shit talking. You know how many people
If you
shit
need
talk
to
me?
Take a break. Take a break. If you need to go, you go.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I have really, really, really thick skin. I'm just not in the mental capacity today to handle it.
Of course.
I've been dealing with my own brain and nobody else's, and I don't need it. So
Yeah.
I'm working through it. I've been struggling this entire stream trying to get through this, and this is a great distraction. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, there's only so much I can handle.
No
Hey,
worries,
Travis,
man.
go throw darts in chat. You'll be fine. Just do it. Just go ahead and
I'm
get it
sorry.
out.
Say that again.
Just go throw darts in chat. Get it out of you.
Yeah, go talk some shit in the chat. Like jump in
You
the
can come
it's like we're on the stage right now. Just jump into the mosh pit down there. It's not that scary, man. You got it. All right. If you need to get going,
take what you need.
Travis, do you want to hang out or do you want to give some closing thoughts? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
I'll hang.
All
I'm gonna go stir the pot.
Yeah, talk some shit to the chat, man.
All right, I'll be back.
All right.
So it says, yes, it was lonely, but when Teddy came to visit, it was fun. I told you stories, said Teddy, and brought my tasty food, said Jerry. We even made new friends. So he's paralyzed. I don't know if that is like kind of like people, I don't know, can't say or do certain things because they have insider information or they've been gagged, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Can we take a quick look at what all the books are just called real quick? I just want to get an idea on what they're all called. And there's 5 of them, right?
What happened to Jerry? I kind of know now.
I guess you got to buy the book.
You can't just stop in the middle.
In one scene, he's waving from a dock. In the next scene, he's in a full body cast. How you vote.
All right, so we have Teddy plays in the snow, and then where is there a way that you can show all of them on the screen? Like, do they show like all of them?
Let's see.
What the fuck kind of kids books are these? I know, it's weird. They're not kid books, man. They're not kids books, man. They're fucking maps. In my opinion. All right, Yeah, there was a way that, yeah, there you go. You showed it. There we go. All right. So Teddy says money doesn't grow on trees. Teddy and the corn stand. Teddy plays in the snow. What else we got here? Teddy and his best friend Jerry. Teddy gets a puppy. Interesting shit. I don't know, guys. I think look, if you're going to ask me, I say I think it happens. I think it's going down there. And I've always been bullish since that Ryan Cohen in that fucking picture, Carl Icahn, man. But this just now solidified it for me. There's no chance in fucking hell that the same day that this giant fucking thing happens to our sub, that all of a sudden these fucking books just drop. No chance. If I had to guess, the books probably weren't supposed to drop probably until Friday, is my guess. Today it's Tuesday and the books are already here. They're already dropped. I don't know, man. You know, I'm convinced how this is going to happen, how equity gets made whole, how it happens. I have no fucking idea, man. But something's telling me, man, that this is most certainly going down. I mean, just the fact that the sub gets taken down around the same time. Look, the biggest thing for me is that guy who joined backstage, the RC guy, right? He comes backstage, he drops the tinfoil, mind you, 50 fucking days before anybody knew that the fucking that the Bye Bye Baby website was going to be launched. Then he comes in again and he drops additional tinfoil and he tells us the same shit. He says an Alan Shepard quote on the 15th, things like that. We were all getting prepared to view the Teddy site on the 18th of November. Yet what happens? On the 15th, we see the fucking site launch. That leads me to believe whoever the fuck this RC guy is backstage, whether it's the real RC, whether it's his colleague, whatever it is, it's legitimate enough for me to believe that this guy has to know something. And to be honest with you, fellas, you know, I believe in all of this tinfoil. And people should believe whatever they want. There's people out there who don't give a shit about tinfoil. That's fine. You know, that's not a problem. I believe it though, man. I'm fully convinced at this point this is going down. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just when. My biggest question is when, right? So
it's always tomorrow.
Right. It's fucking nuts, man.
Apparently,
that best friend Jerry one is funny.
Yeah, Michael, if you want to pull it back up, you can.
Okay.
We're on the general one. If you want to take a look a little deeper into those. Cloud Gaming with the 5. Pulte knew the books were going to drop tonight. That's why he showed us volume 1 and asked us to clip it. Dude, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm fully convinced.
Oh, I mean, I think he showed up to show support when our subreddit went down. Oh, I don't know. That's a stretch, man.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, like, you know, of all days, he decides to come on.
Private chat.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Michael, if you want to reread these, or if you want to read these to the chat there. Let's hear it.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, we have a red bird with butterfly wings, or they're clams. It looks like clams. And then you Dr. Hackes.
Jacques.
Oh, it's you, so you should know your own name, I guess. You know, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe I don't know.
How did you say it? I like how you said it better. How did you?
I think he said Jack.
Hackes. Well, because I speak Spanish, so I was like, I've met someone with a similar name, which has been a while though. Jerry, my best friend. Say what?
I said beat oven.
Cowboys, I'm lucky to have found a friend like Jerry.
Yes.
Best friends. Teddy and Jerry have been best friends for a long time. You have a bird feeder. Okay. Jerry looked after Jerry. Princeton and Kingston learned how Teddy looked after Jerry when he couldn't walk, visiting him every single day in the hospital, even if he had to sneak in. With hard work and encouragement from Teddy, Jerry learned to walk and run and skate again too. All right. So then we got Teddy. This batch has worms. Kingston knew they couldn't sell corn with worms in it. We can only sell the best corn. Oh no, not worms, Princeton. remembered that in some countries people ate everything, but he sure wasn't going to eat worms. Here's a fresh load of the best corn. You can do anything if you keep trying. Anything? Well, you got. What is? Oh, okay. I mean,
Here's a fresh load. Is that what you said? Are you fucking?
Of course, you would go there. That's awesome.
Me? Who the fuck says here's a fresh load of corn, man?
Well,
Here's a
I
fresh
just
load.
That's too
who's
easy.
worms?
No way, man.
Yes, no, it's a fresh load, PP. A fresh load.
Is that like a fucking like term or something to when you talk about corn? There's a fresh
I hope
or
not.
something, a fresh bundle of corn, like a load.
I'm sorry, I gotta mute that.
Although,
I mean,
the whole theory about like having a closer partnership with Mexico and moving like manufacturing there, and then having the railway pulling in from Texas. I mean, they do love their corn stands a lot.
Well, they are the people of the corn. It's the whole name.
Oh, that's also true. Yeah. Okay.
Where Maya comes from.
Yeah. So, all right. And then let's see. First business, Princeton and Kingston start their very first business, a corn stand. Competition, they deal with worms, green corn, and competition 2.
the competition with like with the pink hair is really getting me, man. You know, like it's like, why is it like it's essentially like a honey pot? You know?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, man. Do you imagine if RC actually made like sprinkles in the fucking book?
Hey, here's my tinfoil for a moment.
Hmm.
I believe the worms are bad inventory they pulled out of Bed Bath & Beyond and Bye Bye Baby.
How so? Let's hear it, Ross.
Oh, no, go ahead. Then I have
I can look at what it says when they talk about having worms in it. It says this batch has worms. They knew they couldn't sell corn with worms in it. We can only sell the best corn. That doesn't sound like an inventory refresh. I don't know what does.
Okay. I have a question about this because if you go look at the monthly operating reports of Bed Bath & Beyond, excuse me, I got to cough real quick. All right, sorry. If you notice at the end of July, they shut everything down. At the end of August, they had $0 of inventory on their monthly operating reports. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just.
I'll also be back in 1 second.
All right, hopefully that does it. They got rid of over $1 million of inventory down to in 1 month. They didn't just sell a little bit here, sell a little bit there, sell a little bit here, sell a little bit there to get rid of it all. No. To me, they had a bulk statement for someone taking over everything. It's almost impossible to go from $1 million of inventory. We're talking about like every little thing on every little nook and cranny in every little store. They went from over $1 million of inventory to 0 in a month. Somebody bought it all. Somebody bought it all. I'm emphatic about this. I mentioned this to Jake on Twitter in a DM. I'm like, hey, something weird is going on with the inventory. You don't go from, hey, every little like those little hooks on a what do you call pegboard that have all the spatulas, have all the ladles, everything gone in 1 month. Nah.
Yeah.
This was planned. This was, hey, we're going dark. You're taking over everything. Maybe it was the new Bye Bye Baby. Maybe it was Nuco. I don't know. But something weird definitely happened here. You don't go from $1 million+ inventory, and I'm talking about every little freaking thing on every little pegboard hook, to losing it all unless you have somebody on the other end willing to accept it. and willing to take it over and willing to say, yes, we got this. We understand. We're taking all of this over. Like, no,
So
something strange happened there
yeah.
with the inventory that I think is it needs more eyes. I don't think I've ever mentioned it on a stream like we're on now. But it was something I mentioned to Jake. Something I mentioned to Salvatore, and I'm like, yo, this isn't small. This is huge. This is like huge. You don't go from $1 million to zero. You go from $1 million to maybe a couple thousand if you can't get rid of the pegboard stuff.
Yeah.
No, they went to.
Mm-hmm.
We sold it all. We gave everything away.
So someone said, PP, go to the money one on page 2. All right, let's take a look at it. Michael, can you get that pulled up for us? Teddy says money doesn't grow on trees. Page 2.
So you got Princeton and Kingston want toys, games, and ice cream, but in their walk through the big city with Grandpa, Teddy, they learn the difference between what they want and what they need.
So I think it's the next page. The next one down. Yeah. Is this the one that you guys are talking about? Hold the fuck up. You channel. Fellas, that's a YouTube at the top right. You guys see that shit? Holy fuck.
We made it.
Get the fuck out of here, man. No way. PP, the next page is Legos. Where the fuck are the Legos at? Yo, hold the fuck up, man. There's a fucking YouTube channel at the top. You guys see that? Scroll down.
I can't handle this much tin. I'm on a low dose.
Holy fucking shit.
That's amazing.
Legos on the left. It's on the same page. Okay, same page, Michael.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I see them. I see them right there. Yeah.
There's a Teddy Goes to China reference on the right. And I'm going to really get tinfoily for you here.
Holy shit.
If you look at Grandpa Ted's right leg or left leg, you'll see what looks like a green sign with a yellow in it. You see it? That's the logo for Thunder. It's a Lemmy client.
Wait, where is?
Right next to his brown pants, it's a yellow lightning bolt against a blue or greenish background.
Jesus Christ.
That's
sorry about that, Thunder. That's fucking crazy, man.
Well, the thing I was really pointing out, on the right-hand side, you'll see a reference to Teddy Goes to China with the ramen bowl.
Yeah, I see that. And also, like, I can see the fucking plane there and the palm tree. It makes me think that has something to do with our Florida meetup. Or like when we went to Florida, maybe initially. Because it's highly interesting that above it says you channel. Babe, you need to take a fucking look at this shit. There's a fucking YouTube play button that says you channel on a Teddy book.
I mean, if you think about like one reason why GameStop had such a hard time in 2020 was actually because the shipments of the PS4s or whatever and the new Xboxes were stuck all the way in China. And so moving all of the like manufacturing to Mexico would and then there's also huge fees to ship things through the Suez Canal, and there's possibly going to continue to be tension there.
This is fucking wild, man.
Yeah. This is wild, but I have to sign off, guys.
All right, Travis.
There's just too much. I'm dealing with too much personally, and I'm seeing things in chat that I'm like, I have to do what's best for me. I just gotta get a good night's rest and
no worries, man. Get some rest. You'll be fine. You'll be back tomorrow.
Agreed. And if Bill happens to be listening and he charged his phone, Bill, thank you. Your words of encouragement earlier today were the spark that I needed to get through this. It did help me realize that I can get through it, and I can. I just need some more time, and I'm still struggling. I came on struggling. I knew that, but I was like, no, I'm gonna put on a good show because hey, at the end of the day, this is a show, and this is it is what it is, and I'm still struggling. I'm gonna go snuggle up my son
Good.
really tight. I'm
Good.
gonna turn on some Disney, and I hope to see everybody tomorrow.
Right on.
Unfortunately, I'm still not 100%. I've been trying to work through it, and thank you to everybody who's been supportive of that. But until next time, I bid thee adieu.
Sure.
And Jake, you understand that. And
Guys, your French sucks. I'm just kidding, Travis.
until next time, love you all.
Feel
Right
better,
on.
buddy.
We got a lot
Love
of
you
chat
too.
for or we got a lot of love in the chat for Travis. So Travis, have a good night, man, and tell your son, man, that we made it in a Teddy book. Right on. Take care.
Will do.
See you,
All
man.
right. Good night.
All right. Travis has had a little bit of an off day all day today. It's all right. We'll let him go. Controlled Chaos with the 5 at Travis. Ollie's Bargain Outlet brought GT all. Hold on, this chat's going so goddamn fast. Travis Ollie Bargain Outlet bought GT all the inventory. I live near one and saw product with Bed Bath stickers. We also got Carter with the 5. Next to you channel is a burger and fries for Crinkle Fries in New York, nonetheless. Fellas, this is fucking crazy, man. We look like a bunch of cuckoos, man.
Well, I'm down for it, but let me just throw out to you. I think the
Yeah.
worms is all the private labeled Bed Bath & Beyond branded products that Mark Triton invested in that needed to get rid of. And I think that's what's showing up at Ollie's and all these outlets. Because I've seen, what was it? One of the things that popped up on Reddit was somebody was selling a Bed Bath & Beyond teapot for above what the actual retail price was at a Value Village up here. So the inventory has gone out. That was all the private labeled brands they had done. I think those are the worms, but I'm spitballing here.
Yeah.
Oh, that I like. Because that was in the Ryan Cohen letter in March 22, where he said that the private brands was a bad strategy.
Bad product.
Yeah, that's cool. That I like.
You also
Well,
have
yeah,
seagulls.
it was a bunch of Black Label product that Triton had bought, and none of it was selling. I remember, Ross. Like bad inventory. All right. I'll go ahead and take it over to Jake. Jake, did you want to share anything with us tonight pertaining to anything? I guess if you would like to tonight, I know that you had made a post about Sussman, and you had made a connection that essentially the Reddit post itself was, I believe, Ryan Cohen, we found you. That post is now since been deleted because of the subreddit. Would you like to build upon it tonight? Because I didn't really get a full understanding of some of the DD that you had written up there. If you would like to expand on that tonight, I'd love to hear it, man.
Yeah, no problem. I don't mind going over that. I also had one more thing I wanted to go over, but
Sure.
it got nuked. So I'll come back maybe tomorrow and do it a little bit more organized.
Okay.
If I'll find it in my notes. But the Sussman thing, so Salvatore and I have been talking, and I was looking through the Kirkland docket, actually just on something else, because I was looking for information to substantiate the credit bid idea. And so as I'm looking through it, and I'm trying to piece that timeline from that post, right? Because a lot of these things were happening in a sequence where you could really, it just plausibly made sense that they could be related, right? Because they're happening one after another within a few days of one another, whatever.
Yeah.
As I'm looking for these keywords to find these events, the Sussman thing comes up. And Sussman has always stuck with me because it was only ever, at least to my knowledge, only ever mentioned once. And I only ever saw it one time, and like the Sussman NDA. And it was with Tamar, like under Tamar's work, right? And so it just kind of nagged at me. And so when I was doing the credit bid little piece, I just Googled. I went into the search bar and I looked for Sussman and I see it 4 times.
Yes.
And so I chat about it with Salvatore, and while I'm talking about the credit bid stuff and writing it up, he just kind of put into Google RC Ventures Sussman. And for whatever reason, because on her page there's, as far as I know, no mention of Ryan Cohen, but it pops up that Elizabeth Sussman from Olshan, the vice chair of shareholder activism practice, is the result that comes up on Google. And so he kind of has like that light bulb moment, and he calls me and he says, "Hey, what do you think if Sussman was this?" And it makes perfect sense because at the time that Tamar is referencing the Sussman NDA,
Yes.
it is immediately after the confirmation of the IP sale of Baby, right? So Baby IP is out of the way. They put that up on June 29th, right? They announced that. Then the following week, after July 4th weekend, immediately Tamar is talking about the share issuance, and she's talking about issuing shares to former directors and how the equity issuance will work for RSAs. And we know that these RSAs don't vest until some of them 2024, 2025, and I believe some even maybe 26, but at the very least 2024 and 25. So in the context of her, doing work about those shares, obviously, if you're in a bankruptcy, you're not going to award directors compensation that hasn't vested yet if the company is in the can, right? And potentially down the road, shareholders are going to get wiped out. Like no judge is going to approve that, right? So you can reasonably dismiss the idea that she's working to accelerate RSAs to pay out directors of a dying company, right? Because why would a judge do that? So in that context, the Sussman NDA makes a lot of sense because if they are converting RSAs to what will be a new company, or if you're to trust the Deloitte docket where they say that the subsidiary may be issuing a stock, either of those are directly correlated to Tamar's work because she's going to have to convert the RSAs. And that explains why on September 29th, all of the shelf registration statements are terminated because you can't make that new equity issuance with those outstanding. So each one of these shelf registration statements for every year that they had done employee compensation or director compensation, those had to be eliminated, right? So Tamar does this work, and the Sussman thing comes up 4 times now. And so to think the only other result that I could ever find about a Sussman and why I really gave up about it is it was some guy in Chicago. And it was like a banking guy, but there was no real way to relate it to anything about really that would be happening with this case or with this company, or even to relate it to Kirkland, or why Tamar would be mentioning an NDA about Bed Bath with this person's name. So suddenly seeing Elizabeth Sussman as the vice chair of the shareholder activism practice at Olshan come up as potentially the Sussman NDA, it just makes a lot of sense. And I do think you can logically say that that's logically speculate that that's what it's relating to. Again, because if she's the vice chair of shareholder activism, and if you're going to say that Ryan Cohen is potentially involved with this company, she would have a directly involved role, right? Because she would be assisting him with pursuing, again, he has the proxy battle that he wins. He eliminates Mark Tritton. He kind of overhauls the board by adding the 3 folks. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I got an error on my, like a red square on my thing, but whatever.
No, you're good. We're still live as well. Everything's all good. Yep.
Okay, thank you. So, and so if you so he has plan A, right? And so I think what happened in the summer and of June and July 22 was either he realized that the board was not listening to him, or maybe the board felt that they didn't want to let go of Baby because they were worried that without it, the parent company would just be fried, or maybe they had other plans for it. Or maybe they strategically entered a partnership and they're like, yeah. But I believe that maybe they had a falling out, or at the very least, the board was like, no, this isn't a good idea. And so the idea that I have is that he then went against the common stock position just wasn't going to work anymore. And I believe, and so how I speculated in that post that possibly, what if Ryan Cohen, by virtue of having that attempted LBO, pressured Bed Bath into taking the Hudson Bay deal. And I'm kind of butchering it now, and I wish I had the post to reference because I told it in a much more sensical way, but whatever. And then kind of the rest is history, right? They're obviously not in a position to turn down the money if someone shows up at the 11th hour to give them money for equity that potentially, is going to be worthless, or at the very least is being seller boxed at this point. And like a 6-month window of time has the stock going from like $27 to $3, right? Mm-hmm. So they're not really in a position to turn down money from Hudson Bay. So, you can't, I mean, I'd love to hear a counterpoint of why that's impossible, because I mean, unless it's impossible, obviously it could have happened, right? And so I'm not saying it did, but the idea that Ryan Cohen maybe got rid of the shares because plan A wasn't going to work and attempted an LBO, which forced the covenants of the ABL to be triggered for the default, which then led the company to have their bank accounts frozen, which then put them in a position where they're not really able to say no to Hudson Bay. yada yada yada, right? Because the thing that I really struggled with ever since the January LBO idea came out, and not the HBC, the pitch book data supported the LBO, is like, how did a board of this company, like, this is just such like stupid stewardship over a company, because how did a board allow an attempted LBO knowing that one of the covenants of their ABL was that this exact thing was not allowed, right? And so if you read, think like, with since chapter 11 we have the hindsight, right, where all these, like Lazard for example is illustrating what happened in January because they want permission to represent the debtors. In January, even, the company was kind of on shaky ground, right? Like, they admit that they had a bad Christmas holiday season. Their shelves were empty. Vendors were kind of wishy-washy and scared about supplying them. So they had a double whammy where they didn't really have a good influx of money from a busy shopping season. And then January is, like, notoriously in retail, from what I've read, kind of not great. And so in that environment, the vendors aren't really jumping over themselves to supply them more. And of course, Bed Bath doesn't have like a bucket of cash because their holiday season sucked. So all those things in mind, like, why would the board agree to I mean, maybe they didn't. Maybe it was a hostile LBO without their consent. But like, I kind of never was able to reconcile the idea that the board allowed an LBO to happen that really crippled their company.
Right.
Because remember that JP Morgan, like, basically took over their bank accounts. They had, like, they froze them, right? They weren't able to access any money. They had a period of time where nothing was working, and this action, I believe, uh, eventually was the reason why they failed to pay the bonds, because February 1st was the bond payment, right? So the scheduled bond payment is, I believe, February 1st and August 1st. And so they failed the February 1st payment.
Yes.
Presumably, or at least in part, because of this cash dominion problem they had with JP Morgan.
So can we take it back just a real quick second? So you said that the board knew, like, why would they try to facilitate any kind of a deal with Baby or anything if they knew JPM had a lien and all of these things? So is essentially, like, what you're insinuating is that the board knew that the only way to cut JPM out was to go through like a Chapter 11?
Yes, but that's not what I'm talking
Okay.
about. That's a separate thing that, yes, I also believe.
Okay.
So thank you for asking that question. So what I'm trying to say is, potentially in January 2023, I'm trying to say, how did the board allow an LBO to take place? Because I guess the thinking, and really what I want to
I see
challenge
what you're
people
saying.
to counter with me
Right.
with, is like, why would they go along with it?
Right. Like, why
Right?
would it
Because
even get to
it screwed.
why would it even get to the point of being on PitchBook if JPM was just going to shoot it down anyways?
Right. And so, and it really screwed them,
Mhm.
right? Because they took over their bank accounts. They couldn't pay the bond.
Mhm.
They were, like, in risk of being thrown into bankruptcy because of insolvency for not making the bond payment 30 days. Like, they had that window of time after. And so immediately after that, let me tell a story. It's like, okay, so the cash accounts are frozen. You have nothing to do or nowhere to go with your money. You can't use any of it. You can't pay your bonds. And then magically a week later, someone shows up with a pot full of money and says, hey, I can make all your problems go away.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of the idea, that, like, HBC was brought in at a time strategically where they couldn't say no. And so, since the board wasn't aligned with him to say, hey, this is a great idea, we're just going to give you Baby, maybe he came in and said, well, now I'm in a position where I'm just going to take it. Right. And so so I finished that post with a picture of Ryan Cohen and Carl Icahn, kind of saying that, that's not really the strategic move that Ryan would have, but that's definitely a Carl Icahn style plan.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of how I tied those together. And I'm not saying that that's for sure how it happened. It's just an idea that I
Well,
spun.
I every day that goes by, I start to think that it's both of them. I don't think it's one or the other. I for sure am certain that I think Icon is involved, because there's one lawyer, I cannot remember his fucking name, man. That there was some DD written behind it, but the same lawyer that's been in this whole Bed Bath fucking fiasco shit, according to Pete Fiasco. He does stay, or someone actually pointed out that lawyer is one of the same lawyers, believe it or not, who was also a part of the Chapter 11 or Chapter 11 restructure emergence from Tropicana Casino that involved Carl Icahn as well. So there is a link between this perhaps being up Carl Icahn's alley, possibly.
Are you thinking of David Hillman?
I honestly couldn't
No,
fucking tell
I
you.
feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you'd remember.
Yeah,
if I
it
said
was. I remember specifically the connection, seeing it with the Tropicana Casino, because what happened is Carl Icahn had come in and he had essentially like acquired this company while they're in bankruptcy, and then later on sold it off later to someone else. But the one of the same lawyers in this deal, and as well as that one, can be tracked back to both plays. So that's kind of what solidified the Carl Icahn for me as well. And I think even David Simpson possibly was the one who pointed out, or maybe there was a user on Reddit, I can't remember, but every day that goes by, I'm more and more confident in the thesis, and I'm more and more confident in the play. And, Jake, I think that we all kind of have a good idea on how things will transpire, how things will happen, but I don't think any one of us will know exactly how that will happen. But one thing we can, not be certain of, because obviously we don't know, but one thing we are willing to bet on is that equity will be made whole, including all shareholders, ourselves, and anyone else in the play. So
I believe so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was all I wanted to say. Like
Sure.
the other stuff, obviously it got taken with the sub, so RIP. But if you don't mind, I'll come back another night this week and I'll talk about it. Like if I can just collect my thoughts on it,
of course,
and give a better version of that.
Yeah, of course, man. And again, appreciate you coming on the show tonight. If you want to give some closing thoughts, Jake, we're all ears tonight. And also DJ with the 20. I miss being able to talk about this one crow I knew of. I won't say who it was, but she was known for catching the best bugs. And she once fought a ground squirrel, but I instead of finishing the fight, they fell in love. right on, DJ. Jake, let's hear it, man. Give us some closing thoughts tonight. What are your thoughts as we bring the show to a close? What would you like the good people at home to know? And also, one with the jacked PP membership, man. Appreciate your support. One, let's hear it, Jake. What would you like everybody to know?
I was just so happy to be a part of the show tonight, man. So thank you for inviting me and letting me hang out. Talking with Bill was cool, and the whole little slick move he did where his phone died after the teddy bucks was pretty smooth.
Yeah,
that was pretty smooth.
Exactly.
So that was cool, and like I love the tinfoil. I gotta keep a distance because it's too addicting for me. But
yeah,
I love it. So it was cool, man. Like it's just amazing. Like you said, like first we had the dockets, right? Like the dockets always come out when the show's on. And then it's like the dockets come out, but then we can't search them anymore. Like they've applied some sort of thing where you can't text search anymore. So that was kind of cool. And now this, it's just fun. It's cool.
It's a good time, man. Again, it's the greatest fucking goddamn time to be alive, man. And the show does not stop here, man. It's just fucking beginning. So
I know, man. I love the PP show. Like I love the PP show so much. And like Reddit is nothing, man.
Yeah.
Like PP show lives on.
Right on. All right. You heard it from Jake. Chat, let's get some love for Jake on his way out tonight. Jake, appreciate having you on the show, and enjoy the rest of the night, man. And thank you for everything you've done for the community. And we'll work on possibly getting some of that DD that I'm pretty confident a lot of it was archived. So we'll work on getting it back out there.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good night.
All right. Take care, Jake. We'll see you later. Peace. Man. What a good night tonight, man.
Seriously.
Wow. I mean, Michael, the fucking Teddy books coming out on the same night that the fucking subreddit gets fucking nuked, man. You cannot convince me at all at this point in time that we are fucking insane or anything anymore, man. Quite literally, a lot of people always say, oh, these fucking Teddy books and these people are like fucking nuts and they've lost their fucking minds. I don't know, man. The fucking timing. Oh, it was at 7:14? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Holy fucking shit.
So also
man.
Someone in the chat who actually came to the meetup in New York, they said that picture is actually from where the meetup was.
Which picture?
In New York. One of the pictures from the Teddy book.
Pull that shit up, man. I'm about to fucking overdose in tinfoil, man. Goddamn, shoot me up with tinfoil. All right, that's all I want. Cover me in it, goddamn it. Go get the goddamn tinfoil, baby. All right.
Maybe
let's take a look.
Actually, which one was it?
7:14. Get the fuck out of here, really.
It was the one with all the dang it. I should have pulled it up.
Oh, Pulte's phone died at 7:14. Interesting. So it was probably ET time then.
Oh,
So what? That was
yeah,
like
it is the one I was
8:14
on.
CT.
So I think the bar we were at,
Yeah,
was
let's
literally right here,
let's
right where the
enhance
ice
that
cream
shit.
is where we had the meetup. I remember because like the Uber dropped me off like right here, and I walked across the street. So also,
what photo is it that you're saying? Which one is it?
So this is Teddy says money doesn't grow on trees.
Yes. But what was the area you're talking about?
So the meetup in New York,
yes,
when we met up with Pulte and stuff like that, we met up at a bar and it was like literally right here, on the right hand side.
Oh, so what you're saying is that like essentially like this is Times Square, right? In a sense.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Right, but more so where the meetup was. So there was something symbolic about that, and also there was another. Let's see, another one that already. I love how the tinfoil is already coming up on.
Yeah, like you see like the lights on in like the buildings and shit. Like I'm telling you guys, there's fucking hidden messages here.
So like right here, like is Ryan Cohn just really bad at math? Because if they're both 64, and this is from D on X. Okay. I don't know, so if it's 64.95 and then you're getting 20% less, that doesn't 20% off, that doesn't equal 49.99. It does here 23%. But then I was like thinking, I was like, well, I think the date that one of the hype dates we were looking for was like I thought it was like September 20th or something, or no, it was August. It was something the 20th, I remember. And then so now we're a couple days away from the 23rd, which if a bid comes in, that's about like if they had a couple days to process the bid.
I see where you're. I didn't even fucking notice this shit. That one says 20% of the top, one says 23. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
So is that like, is he bad at math? Because it's like literally the same math. You could just copy and paste, but and they didn't. So
honestly, man, I am fully goddamn convinced. Michael, take us back real quick before we end the show back to that fucking Times Square picture. Fellas, tell me why there's a fucking YouTube button there. Please, somebody out there. Like how fucking fast were these fucking things edited? And like the thing is, there's the burger and fries, right? Okay. And then on top of that, you see what I mean? The burger and fries. It's funny that there's an iPhone under it because I took a picture of Bill with the burger and fries. Could be Kaz. I don't know. Could be Bill and his burger. I have no idea. But the thing that stands out to me the most is essentially the YouTube at the very fucking top right. That's a huge fucking giveaway that absolutely he's probably talking about this show. I don't know what else you would refer to in terms of that. And then on top of that, if you look down below from the YouTube thing at the top, you have a plane and it looks like it's possibly arriving maybe into Miami, maybe into like somewhere in Florida. There's palm trees, okay, in Florida. There's also palm trees in California, so it's hard to pinpoint what it could mean. But fellas, I don't know. Either I'm telling you guys, I'm convinced at this point. Either Bill Pulte himself will literally build the fucking loony bin that we're all going to be housed in, or we're going to be building goddamn fucking mansions, man. It's going to be one or the other. All right. They already tried to silence us. They destroy the subreddit in one day, right? And then all of a sudden, now this is popping up. Someone says Bahama. Maybe it is Bahamas.
That's we are going to the party on the 14th in Florida. But we also, that one guy did say we were going to buy the Bahamas. So, I mean, there's that.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. There was no indication that we would see. I didn't think we would see more Teddy books for a while. So, I mean, this is a pretty big fucking deal. And you can order them now, right? Like you can order them and get them in and everything. All right. We got some new DD, fellas.
I'm sure there's hundreds and hundreds of orders going out right now. Yeah. I know I'm going to get some.
So. Yeah, as soon as I get off, I'm going to order myself these books. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll start bringing the show to a close, man. Wow, what a fucking time to be alive, man. You know,
seriously.
I don't know what they expect us just to like, you know, all of a sudden give up just because, you know, they take us down on one platform. We'll build fucking 5 more. You take down those 5, we'll build 20 more. You take those 20 down, we'll build fucking thousands, man, because the PP Show is not going anywhere. The PP Show is a bunch of people who like to get together and they like talking about the stock. And there's a lot of people out there like that. So with that being said, man, to be honest with you, I don't think anyone's going to fucking back down. The PP community, me, Pulte, nobody. Because again, all things that are hidden in the dark must be brought to the light. And that is what the PP Show is, man. It is the goddamn light. All right. And when the fucking light comes shining down on you and it smites you, man, you better not fucking be hollering, man, because again, only a hurt dog hollers. Michael, give me some closing thoughts, man. Let's hear it.
You can't kill an idea.
No, you
can't
cannot
stop us.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. PP Show forever. You guys are all awesome. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Take care, Michael. Enjoy the rest of the night. And I was going to ask you, are you doing, are you planning on running the show on Thursday, or are you taking off for Thanksgiving?
I'll run the show whenever you want me to run the show, man.
All right.
The show never stops.
Right on. All right. Yeah. We got the PP Show. And we also got X always going 24/7. All right, Michael, enjoy the rest of the night. We'll see you later. Peace. There you have it, man. The fucking PP Show. All right. We got together, we talked some shit, we had a good old time. Hell, even Bill Pulte showed up and had a good old time with us tonight as well. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter how much power you're up against, you cannot simply stop a PP, man. All right? You just can't. So with that being said, we're going to bring the show to a close, man. Again, I'm sorry, fellas. And I feel not responsible for the subreddit being taken down, but, I got to take, some accountability for everything I tried to do, man. We removed the post. We instilled fucking moderation code, whatever the fuck you want, but we never gave up, man. We never gave up on the community. We never gave up on the dream. Just because you take away one platform doesn't mean we won't continue to build, because people deserve to have information. People deserve to understand what the fuck is happening in the goddamn world. And more importantly, the most important goddamn thing of all is that every person out there deserves to have a platform to come on and give us your opinions. I don't see any other asshole out there that's doing anything PP's doing. People can copy PP all they want, They can build a platform like PP all they want, but they're not PP, because the only goddamn PP's right here on your fucking screen. The same way there's only one goddamn Bill, there's only one goddamn Ryan Cohen, because we are who we fucking are, fellas. We have a great community here with a ton of fucking people, man. A lot of people who support the show, a lot of people who support people outside the show. I've seen people raise money for people outside the show. I've seen people raise money on the fucking show for people. And you know what? That is what these people don't like. They don't like community. They don't understand it. And that's why they attack us. I'm fully convinced from this day forth that this is bigger than anybody fucking realizes, man. This is bigger than the PP Show. This is bigger than Ryan Cohen's position in GameStop, whatever the fuck is happening. This is the greatest time to be alive. And I am fully fucking convinced after tonight. So with that being said, man, Ryan Cohen, if you're out there, man, and you watch the show, applause to you, man. Honestly, I was, sitting here just trying to understand how the fuck it's going to happen. And there we have it. We have the Teddy fucking books drop on the show the same day that the subreddit is deleted. I'm fully convinced, man. I love Ryan Cohen, love Bill, love this goddamn community, man. And with that being said, we're going to leave you guys off with a greasy fucking dildo. This is more importantly for the people out there who took down our subreddit. So be it, man. Again, this dildo slap is for you. More importantly, this one's for Reddit, man. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the night. And good luck in the markets tomorrow, man. Cannot wait to hear all about it. I'll be here tomorrow for our show tomorrow night at 7 CT. Stand strong, my fucking peepees. The times are changing, man, and they happen, and they're starting today, man. So with that being said, enjoy the dildo slap. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Love everybody here, and thank you guys for supporting the show. And again, consider subscribing if you want to, if you love the PP Show. Have a good night. Love you guys. Peace.